That's a nice coffee mug you got there, Brandon.
My wife bought it for me.
Okay. Okay, everyone, we are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. You know, I love to see your guys' beautiful faces, especially on a Thursday. Because guess what? Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. So hit that like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. Again, please go to dynastymirror.com and then visit ileamir.com. Let me share it real quick. Let me get through these announcements, and then we'll jump into the topic. If you don't know Brandon by now, brother Brandon with Pan Africanism Strikes Back is on with us today. And he's about to be wrong again when it comes to blockchain and Bitcoin. He's about to be wrong. Listen, and he already knows it. He already knows it. He already knows. I know he's trying to prepare his defense and his hate and all that stuff, but Brandon is about to be wrong. But hold on, before we get there, listen, go to ileamir.com. Guys, you got people keep asking me, Dynast, where do you get your Africa is my therapy shirt? Where you get Africa's the future shirt? ileamir.com. Go and buy your shirts. Again, please go and buy the shirts. Bro, we got to get you out there somehow. Out where? Out where, Voss? Out where, Voss? I don't know. Out where? Out where? Okay. Out somewhere. Somewhere. What else? Also, tours. Tours. We are rolling to Nigeria August 8th through the 17th. August 8th through the 17th. We are rolling to Nigeria. Would love to have you guys. If you're interested in joining, please go to Danfo, 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 DANFO.Africa. And then Sierra Leone, November 20th through December 3rd. November 20th through December 3rd. We are rolling to Sierra Leone. Again, we are rolling to Sierra Leone. Appreciate it, Voss Russell. Listen, Voss, whatever you could do, tell your mom, your auntie, your uncles, your cousins, your sisters, brothers, your neighbors, Voss. That would help, brother. That would help. Um, November 20th through December 3rd, Sierra Leone. Citizenship is available to those who qualify. Again, citizenship is available to those who qualify. Without further ado, we got a special guest on with us today. Special guest. If you guys don't know him. Oh, the Bitcoin bamboo. Delina, hold on, Delina. You signed up for the tour? Hold on. Did I miss that, Delina? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me check something out. Delina said she made her first payment today. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Did I overlook that, Delina? If I did. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Delina made her first payment, y'all. Delina is official. She is rolling to Sierra Leone with us. Okay, I haven't checked my email. Y'all, shout out to Delina, y'all. Shout out. Brandon, unmute yourself and you go clap for Delina right now. Unmute yourself right now. Hey,
Hercules,
listen, I need you to clap. I need you to clap with enthusiasm, Brandon. All right, we go. Hey, we go.
Hey, you want me to
We gonna
congratulate?
snap. We gonna
You
snap
want
for Delina.
you want me to congratulate her for something she's supposed to do? That's the problem with black folks. I always want to pat her back for
Yeah,
something
of
they're
course.
supposed to do. You
Yes.
supposed to pay Dynast to take you to Africa, girl. What you
Yes.
mean?
Clap for her,
That's
Brandon. All
all
right,
the
we'll
pats
give
on.
it
Y'all gotta excuse me.
pause.
I'm literally sweating. I just walked my dog to the beach. It's hot as hell outside.
Hey, y'all, listen. Brandon said he lost weight. Brandon said he getting bikini ready. He getting speedo ready for Venice Beach.
Let's be
You
real. I've
know,
always been speed already.
he said he getting speedo ready for Venice Beach. Him and all the crackheads gonna be
Dude, I got a
on
haircut,
Venice
man.
Beach.
Let's
I'm gonna
look
get
at.
my haircut tomorrow.
You know what I'm
I've been
saying? Don't play.
I've been I've been rough. I'm gonna get my haircut tomorrow.
I
So
finally
y'all, we
found a
got a
decent barber.
special guest on with us today, brother Brandon. Pan Africanism strikes back. And today's topic, me and Brandon, we have different views, conflicting views when it comes to Bitcoin and blockchain, but that's okay because you know what, brothers can have different views, and might not agree on everything, but we agree on the majority of stuff, you know. But Brandon made a great point. Brandon said, you know what? No, in fact, I'm not. See, I love my people. I love my I love my people. Okay. I love my people. But Brandon said that if Jay-Z came to to the Marcy projects and taught them folks how to cook up dope, that would be more receptive than his Bitcoin classes. See, but I love my people. I would not make a comment like that because
That's
I
not
love.
what I said.
That's what you said, Brandon.
No, that's not what I said. You don't be listening.
What'd
I
you
didn't.
say?
I said it's amazing how Jay-Z comes to the Marcy projects when he wants to try to swindle people with Bitcoin.
Oh,
All of
here
a
we go.
sudden he got the
Swindle.
billionaire behind him and we want to set up crypto classes. But on none of his other ventures did he come to Marcy and be like, hey, let me recruit these kids or these adults from the Marcy projects to this business venture. When he was buying art, when he was trying to be a part of the Nets ownership, he never
Okay.
came back to listen. All I'm saying, Dynasty, is this: when he was selling dope, he had no problem recruiting young men into his dope empire. You feel me? It was automatic. All he had to do was spot somebody who looked like they was a good fit, and he was right in there getting them. Hey, come on, you gonna work for me? You feel me? He take them up to the crib with Myth Bleak and all them dudes. You know what I'm saying? And show them the life, teach them how to cook crack. First of all, I guaranteed that on this show I would teach people how to cook crack cocaine. So I'm gonna definitely do that for y'all. Even if you didn't want to know, you're gonna learn today. It's a very simple process. You take whatever amount of cocaine you mix it with 3 parts baking soda, and you boil it in water. If you really wanted to hit them hard, you boil that shit in ammonia, and then they really gonna be high. That's gonna keep them coming back, but they might die. So you're gonna have to be careful with that. Ammonia is a strong substance. So you just simmer that thing down like some rice. Cooking cocaine is just like cooking rice until all the water is out of it. It makes a hard brick-like substance. Then you chop that down. You break that down however you want to do it, dimes, whatever. I don't know if they still sell nicks or whatever. And you wrap it up in some little saran wrap, and you get it off like that. So don't ever say, I succeeded where Jay-Z failed. At least I taught you the business of cooking crack. That's $1 million business if you really, I mean, it's probably $100,000 business now, but you got that from me. All the rappers who sold you all this crap, you bought all their albums, they never taught you the money aspect of the game. You could depend on me to do that for you. So now you have the recipe. Now, when Jay-Z was, this is the reality. When these no good hoodlums want to recruit some young man into their drug empire, it was never all these checks and balances and, oh man, you can't be working with everybody and I don't know if the dude is ready and all this stuff. They just got you on in. It didn't matter if you were 7 years old. As long as you had a bicycle or a backpack, they figured out a way to fit you into the process. Isn't it ironic that when it comes to being up to no good, they can always find a way to fit a black kid or black man into the process. But then when it comes to doing something legit, they always got all these different excuses for why they can't fit their people into the process. Jay-Z only came for 2 reasons: to give out handouts that wasn't going to help no damn body in the long term, or to swindle people with Bitcoin. Dynasty,
How is he swindling people with Bitcoin by
I'm
teaching
telling
them
you right now,
blockchain?
I'm getting to that point right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Bitcoin, though it may be lucrative if you're up for a gamble and if you're savvy and all that stuff, there is a lot of scams when it comes to Bitcoin. There are a lot of Dinish. Listen, you can't say nothing because all these you guys said 99% of the coins.
Brandon, he's teaching them blockchain
Yeah,
courses.
listen, bro.
Like he's teaching them how to
Blockchain,
blockchain.
blockchain for a person who is inexperienced is very risky. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of ways that you could find yourself losing a lot of money. Jay
By
Z's
learning blockchain, how? Tell me how. By
listen.
learning
No,
blockchain, tell me how.
when you start investing in blockchain, and these people, Dynasty,
Investing how?
when they're done with Jay Z's course, would they not still be considered beginners in blockchain technology?
No, they could
They'd be
continue on.
experts. They'd
They
be
can get.
experts. 2 week
It'd
class
be
and you're
it's
expert.
okay, Brand. It's simple. It's similar to getting your tech certifications. All right. You go through a process, you go to school, you get started, then you put your resume out there and you get hired.
But what I'm telling you is this is not a school, bro. This is a summer program which is going to introduce you to blockchain. Jay-Z, I've done the research now, so you can't swindle me. I've done the research. See, yesterday I hadn't researched, but now I researched it. It is not something that is going to take you from A to Z in blockchain. This is going to introduce you to Bitcoin and blockchain technology. So when you are done with that, you will still be considered a beginner. Here's the whole thing. When you are done, you will now have this knowledge of blockchain. You will still be subject to the risk, the subsequent risk involved with participating in blockchain. All
What
I'm
risk,
saying,
Brandon? What risk?
there's
What
risk in
risk?
blockchain, Dynast.
What
Don't
are the
sit up
risks,
here and say,
Brandon? What
you
are the
know
risks
what
of
the risks
blockchain?
are.
You tell me, what are the risks of
You could
blockchain,
buy
man?
Bitcoin and immediately the price drop. It's
You're
like you
not saying,
said.
you're not saying, okay, Brandon, stop, Brandon. Let me stop, Brandon, stop, stop it. Okay, blockchain is just not Bitcoin and crypto. Okay, it's just not big. Blockchain's not limited to Bitcoin. That's where the disconnect is.
I've never said that.
Then
Stop
why you
trying.
keep bringing up?
Guys,
Why? So
please
why do you keep
stop.
bringing up
Why
Bitcoin?
do you
Why
want
you keep
to?
bringing up Bitcoin?
I said blockchain and Bitcoin. Bitcoin is what they are marketing. That's what Jay-Z them are using to introduce to people. They said Bitcoin. That's why I'm saying Bitcoin. Why are you mad at me? Did you read the articles? You
I
didn't
read
read the
the
articles.
article,
You didn't
but
read.
I read the article. I
You
read
just
the
read
article
one
on here.
article.
I
You
read the
read one
article on
article.
here.
You read one article.
I read the
That is
article on here.
I read 7 articles concerning this subject, okay? And so if Bitcoin is the vehicle in which they are using to introduce our people in the Marcy projects to, first of all, Marcy projects probably ain't even primarily black people. I don't know. I haven't been to New York, but it's probably not if it's anything like out here. But that's what they're using. What I'm telling you is it's like giving your people a beginner course in the stock market, right?
Okay.
You're just introducing. You're not teaching them everything from A to Z. That would take maybe a couple years. That's why people go to college for that. Why can't Jay-Z produce his people in Marcy? Why can't he give them an opportunity that's not so risky? Why
How is
can't
it
he just
risky to learn
why can't he
blockchain,
just
Brandon?
open up a chicken shack and give them all jobs?
How?
That's
How is it?
guaranteed money.
So okay, so Brandon, how
Why
again? How is
can't he
blockchain
do a
learning
workshop of
blockchain risky? How is it
Dynast?
risky?
Dynast, why when Jay-Z was buying art, why he didn't go do a workshop on buying art? I got an uncle who
Okay,
makes
Brandon,
thousands of. Well,
Brandon,
no, I'm asking. Why when
Brandon.
it comes to the scam shit, now all of a sudden
How
they
are
want
they
to do
going to
a
buy a
workshop?
Basquiat? How are they going to afford a
Dynast,
Basquiat?
see, that's how I know you don't know about art. You don't got to do no Basquiat. You can go right over to Cuba or anywhere else, buy a little cheap ass painting for like 300, 200 bucks. Hold on to that painting. The minute they start replicating the painting, your painting goes up. Man, I got an uncle who do this, bro. He do this shit for a living. He goes to other countries, buys art that people wouldn't think anything about. The minute that thing starts to be duplicated, that art grows in value exponentially. Hundreds of people do that, millions of people do that. Jay-Z even talked about him doing it in his album 444. Why he didn't give a workshop on that? You could buy a piece of art for $25, and within 2-3 years, that same piece of art could be
Where
worth
they going to buy from,
5,000.
Brandon? Where they going to buy the
I
$25
just
art?
told dude, bro, go to LA. There's bums on the side of the road selling art. Go to Venice
Some
Beach.
bullshit,
No,
Brandon.
I'm not
They
dying.
sell that bullshit here in Atlanta
Man,
too.
Dynast, no,
They sell
Dynast,
that bullshit in Atlanta too on the side of the
no,
street.
bro. Listen, and people buy that shit for like thousands of dollars. Dude, my wife, listen, my wife used to sell soap in like body whatever that she would make on Venice Beach. When we were down there, we had the pleasure of making the acquaintance of a bunch of artists who sold art on the beach in Venice. Bro, those guys were getting flown out to like Japan, uh, 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 Qatar, and shit to sell art. Because when you're in that public space, you at Venice, you meet all types of people. Because all types of people go to Venice. This is something that is potentially lucrative. Why don't we teach our people that type of stuff? Why don't we do workshops on that? Why we got to do workshops on some shit that's a gamble as opposed to something that's
Blockchain ain't a gamble. Brandon,
yes,
it
it
ain't
is.
going nowhere.
Can you lose
Blockchain
money?
ain't going
Can
nowhere.
you lose money
In blockchain, no.
in with Bitcoin?
See, again, Brandon, you don't have to do both, Brandon. You can do
All I'm talking
blockchain,
about is
you
what
can do
okay.
Bitcoin.
Okay, bro. But what Jay-Z's teaching our people is not blockchain. He's teaching people about Bitcoin.
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm not saying that. You keep on asking me why I keep bringing up
No, but
Bitcoin. I'm
Brandon,
telling
Brandon, this you got to understand, Brandon. Listen.
just
Bitcoin is
stop
not going
waffling.
nowhere. It's not going nowhere.
I never
Bitcoin is
said
not
it
going
was
nowhere.
going. I never said it was going on.
It's gonna
Is
go up in
there risk?
value. It's not
Is
going
there
nowhere.
risk involved with Bitcoin?
This risk involved in the stock market, Brandon. This risk
I'm
involved in
not,
everything.
and I know that. So what I'm telling you is, why is it that all of a sudden Jay-Z wants to introduce? Oh, now I want to do workshops in the hood when it comes
Yeah.
to something that's risky. He wasn't doing workshops in the hood for
Blockchain is
nothing
not
else.
risky. Oh my God,
Here
Brandon.
you
You keep
waffling from
conflating.
Bitcoin to blockchain.
You keep conflating blockchain with Bitcoin. Like
Let's
you
look.
can't do
We're
one without the
talking
other.
about purely Bitcoin right now. Let's just focus on Bitcoin right now. Stop trying to.
Okay, let's focus on Bitcoin. Let's focus on
It's your
Bitcoin.
show. You can do whatever you want to do,
No,
but
let's
I'm
focus
saying
on let's focus on
focus
Bitcoin.
on
Let's focus on
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Let's focus on Bitcoin.
Okay. When Jay-Z was doing not Sean John, Rockaware, he didn't do no workshop on the fashion industry in Marcy. He didn't say, I'm gonna come and teach y'all how to be clothers.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because he didn't. Look it up. Look it up. Because I looked it up. That's how I know. He didn't do anything. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. This is what many of our people do to our own people. The only time we want to do a so-called workshop, it's just like all them Negroes who used to sell Herbalife diners. All of
What's
a
wrong with
sudden
that?
they want to.
I know
Wait
plenty
a
of people
minute.
after
Wait
Herbalife
a
doing
minute.
good.
Wait a minute.
Don't hate on Herbalife.
But they didn't. I'm not hating on Herbalife. Herbalife works. I'll be the first person to tell you that. But they didn't want to bring any of these workshops and fitness classes to the hood until they stood a chance to make $1 off of it. They only felt that you were worthy of it. And when they felt like they could get $1 off of you. That's
right.
all.
And those people, the people who they signed up, also made money too. And then you have some that didn't.
Yes, but here's the thing. Jay-Z, the saving grace of those people, Diners, is they were some broke bastards. They didn't have shit. Jay-Z's a freaking billionaire. How many opportunities? Look, how many opportunities are dropped at Jay-Z's feet that he might pass up? Like, that's not for me. That he could say, you know what, that's not for me. But I think that'll be something good for Marcy. Let me go down there and do some workshops in this. Why Jay-Z didn't say, you know what, Uber is a great way to make money, and be your own boss. Let me buy like 25 little Hondas or something. Go down to Marcy. Do a workshop for my people on rideshare technology. You call it technology, rideshare technology. And when they graduate from the class, you know what I'm saying? I award them with the whip. I write it off on my taxes. And now these dudes have been empowered to make money. This is the type of shit billionaires do. Oprah gave all them white folks in her audience free cars. You remember that? These dudes, my point, I say that to say this. These niggas aren't trying to help nobody.
Brandon, so they can start trapping out the cars? So, Brandon,
listen,
he gives them the car. You think they're going to just strictly do rideshare?
That's why you make them do the workshop. You can keep ownership of the car. You could do what Uber did, where you got to do a certain amount of rides per week to keep the car, bro. And I just take a little cut off of what you're making. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Somebody don't want to help you when they can even make money helping you, and they still choose not to do it.
Brandon, read this comment.
Black people are going to miss out on Web3 and blockchain for this very reason. Scary and overthinking.
Because of you, Brandon. People like you, Brandon.
Bro,
people like you, Brandon.
Okay. Black people miss out on Africa because of being scary and overthinking. You niggas just want to follow a trend. The white man say Bitcoin popping. Y'all, Bitcoin popping. Remember when the white boy told you that buying a Zune was a good idea? Then you bought a Zune and then the iPhone and the iPod came out. You looked really dumb because you know what?
What's a Zune?
You don't even remember it. Y'all don't even remember it. They remember it. A Zune is a music player.
Okay.
They get us with the trend every time. And what I'm telling you is There's certain things that are just bread and butter that will always outdo all the latest trends, Diamond. It will always change. The trend will always be something else. Bitcoin
Bitcoin's
right
not
now
a
is
trend
good.
though. It's not going nowhere,
I
man.
just said Bitcoin is good. You so defensive, you won't even let me finish my damn sentence. Look, all I'm telling you, you guys need to stop being so emotionally attached to this blockchain shit. Just let's use it for what it's for. Bro, why is Jay-Z giving them people blockchain? If they buy the blockchain, who they gonna buy it from?
What do you mean buy the blockchain? Nobody
Who
that
they gonna
build
if they
programs
buy the
on it.
Bitcoin, who they gonna buy it from?
You can go on this. You can go on exchanges and buy it, Brandon.
Man, listen, if you don't think these dudes already got
Right?
ownership,
You can buy it on Cash App, Brandon.
if you
You
listen,
can go
if you
buy it
don't
for 'em.
think these dudes already have an exchange set up for these dudes when they graduate from
Oh my
class,
God, Brandon!
oh come by, we got a man, Dynas, you know that's how they do.
Conspiracy
Dynas,
theories.
no, this ain't conspiracy.
Oh my!
Dynas,
You say Jay Z got a dark web, his own private Bitcoin
I didn't
exchange, and say,
say
hey, you got to
dark
buy
web. Don't
Bitcoin for
try to
me.
put dark web on it. I
You
guarantee
said
you. I guarantee you they have a platform already that they're going to teach these people how to use during their workshop so that when those people go to buy crypto, they will be buying it from them. Jack Dorsey
Oh
is not
no,
dumb.
they
Jack
don't have an exchange.
bro, yes
Not
they do. Jack Dorsey has an online bank. And you do know Jay-Z's doing this in partnership with Jack Dorsey, the former
what's his bank? What's his bank?
It's called what is Jack Dorsey's bank called? It's called Block. Sound like blockchain to me.
Okay. Hold on. Let me look. Hold on. Let me look this up. Hold on. Guys, hit the like button again. Please hit the like button again, please.
Does he own Square? He has Block. He might own Square. The whole point.
I think he owns part of Square. I think so too.
And he started his own online bank called Block too. Dynas, what you don't understand, all this is a funneling program. We do that shit in jiu-jitsu. Open up this shitty school. Once you find the good people, funnel them to the headquarters. And then the people who ain't good, they could stay trained at the shitty school. But the talent, let's funnel them into the headquarters. They do this in any type of schooling. That's what they do.
But how's that bad? But how is that bad if it's a win-win situation for both people?
I'm not. Oh, Square is Block now. Okay. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what I'm telling you is this shit wasn't about enriching Marcy per se. This was about Jay-Z funneling black people into a white guy's online bank so that he can make money off of them. And what Jack Dorsey is doing, he's just going to pay Jay-Z up front. Let me use your name, which is what they always do, because Jay-Z don't know shit about crypto. But if he did, they use the name. Dynas, you know what they do. You know what they do. They use the name so that they could funnel our people and, in essence, funnel our money into their shit. That's what that's about. At the end of the day, who becomes enriched? Marcy or Block? Block does.
But I thought
they didn't have
any money in Marcy. How they gonna get rich off of Marcy?
Bro, that's the whole point. It's in their strength in numbers. A group of people with a little money. Listen, bro, a group of people with little money still have more money than one or two rich people. They getting every penny, bro. I'm telling you what it is. And
Brandon, we're missing the key point though. The class is free. They're getting free internet. They're getting a free cell phone, free food, and it's free. And it's a
free
trade.
internet. Nothing, Dynas. Nothing is free. You sold. You were a salesman for Centos, Dynas. You know good and well that ain't nothing free. Even if you tell them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I didn't give nothing away.
Yeah, exactly. But you have perks.
I gave samples.
You had perks. You had perks, but you know good and well when y'all was overcharging them to clean their damn clothes, all that was covered in the price. Dynas, listen, you was in sales too.
No, hold on. Back up, Brandon. No, hold on, Brandon. So it was a service. Mm-hmm. Customer found value in it, and that's what we charge.
Customer found value. You guys didn't charge. You guys didn't make a small profit. You guys threw perks out.
We're in business. Of course we did.
Of course. And these are businessmen. So you know that everything they do involves them making a profit.
But it's through a nonprofit.
Oh my God.
It's a nonprofit. Guys, hit
Okay,
the
Donnie.
like button. Links in the chat room. Click on the
Okay.
link, guys. Click on the link.
Man, I'm
It's
telling you
in the
what
chat.
it is, bro. I'm telling you, if they could get you on board with their technology and their banking, they got you. When you trade crypto, and if you are talented,
They're gonna bank with somebody.
and that's fine. But if you are talented, that the fruit of your talents, uh, 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 block will be able to capitalize on that, and that's totally fine. But what I'm telling you is, this is something where these people have to put a real investment into it to
What's
get
the
something out of it.
investment? What's the time? Your time is the investment. They're
Eventually,
not
it's going to
asking
be
for any
their
money.
money. Eventually, it's going to be their money when they start
Brandon, we don't know.
investing.
We're assuming. We're assuming that we
I'm
don't
not
know.
assuming. This is what it
Dennis,
is.
Dennis, I want to ask you a quick question. Well, before I get to the question, piece to the panel. What's up, Brandon? What's up, everybody in the chat? On the topic, though, I want to quickly point out the Supreme Court just ruled that we can now legally get the permits to carry our guns in
Good.
New York State. So,
Good.
you know,
Good.
Can you
now
stop? Can you stop?
them
Can you
pookies.
stop? Hey, can you stop jumping the gun? We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, yeah. No, we got. I'm just putting it out there. Slow down, sir. So now the
Slow
Pookies and
down.
Ray Rays, you guys just be forewarned. The righteous black man can shoot back now. But
Nah,
no,
because a,
in
because a
terms of the
white man,
Bitcoin,
because a
no,
white,
I just want to
a white
quickly say
man.
this thing about the Bitcoin. I look at Bitcoin, just me, Bitcoin is basically no different than the internet, right? When we were younger, we're all around the same age. Blockbuster, right? We used to go and steal the VHS tapes and not return them. Well, I used to do that. I don't know about you guys. And, it was Blockbuster. And then all of a sudden, when we were kids, they came out with this thing called the internet. You've got mail. Remember the AOL CDs, and you'd take like 3 CDs and keep loading them so you can get internet and all that good stuff. And no one told us, hey, we should learn about programming or on a large scale level. No one encouraged black kids, especially, to learn about that technology. And I wish they did. So as an educator, I always am telling my children about, blockchain and, all these different types of cryptocurrencies, because I look at it like that, hey, in the next 10, 15 years, we may not see it, but, the technology's there. There are going to be changes. You might as well be at the forefront of it. However, I think the mistake is people are saying it's an investment. And the best investor, the greatest of all time, Warren Buffett, will laugh in your face if you call Bitcoin an investment. It is not. It has no intrinsic value. It is pretty much like, digital gold, in the sense that gold has no intrinsic value. There's no coupon that you get for holding gold. It's only a store of value. And I think that's the mistake that all these blockchain and crypto guys are making, is that they're making the mistake thinking that, oh, we're going to somehow escape, the Western banking system by holding on to these cryptocurrencies. But Brandon, on one of his shows, accurately pointed out, so I'm going to make up this coin, but I still want dollars at the end of the day. No, if you really want to create a coin that has no ties to the Western banking system, and let it really be backed by the full faith and value of the people who are trading with that coin as a medium of exchange, not as a store of value. But people are trying to eat their cake and have it. They're trying to hold on to crypto as a store of store of value, but still use it as a medium of exchange, and that's not going to work. But I do think people should get into it.
Wait,
Gas them up. It's getting to that point. The ecosystem is growing. People are accepting it. The adoption is growing.
Nah, you gotta watch that video, Brandon. Brandon he did a real good video on it, right?
I already did this. This is what I'm telling you. Dynast, be defensive. I've already done the research on it. They want to. This is the way that you guys deflect. Oh, you don't understand. No, I'm a grown man with kids and a family. I understand just like you understand. The only difference is I'm not getting an emotional attachment to it. Dynast, can you put this comment up by Omega Dreads Gaming, the one where he says, I already told Dynast Brandon is an agent who doesn't want black people to be free. You see that?
Yeah, you're an agent. These people are retarded, man.
No, listen. This is the problem with Negroes. They always equating freedom to some white.
So Bitcoin is gonna free you. Bitcoin is gonna free us.
Yes.
You know what's funny, Brandon? You know how stupid these people are? They don't even realize technically the US dollar is a cryptocurrency. technically any fiat currency that has been created out of thin air by any government that's backed by taxpayer money is pretty much a cryptocurrency.
And guess what's on every
No,
US
but crypto is
and guess what?
decentralized. U.S.
And
government
guess what? Hey,
decentralized.
and guess what's on every dollar? A series of numbers. Wow, go
Exactly. Like these people are silly. They're like, you know.
Dude, they're
The
cooking
U.S.
with Crisco,
dollar
dude.
is centralized. It's centralized. It's printed by government bodies.
Listen, Dynast.
No, Dynast. It's centralized, but all currencies.
That's the up. Hold on. They don't even know if Bitcoin's centralized because they don't even know who created that shit. You don't know if it's centralized or not.
That's the point.
That means you don't know if it's centralized. But that means you don't know if it's centralized. You're just saying you don't know. How do you know that? You don't even know where it came from. Dynast, who created Bitcoin?
That's why it's decentralized.
My Japanese cousin, Oluwafemi Chukwudi. Oluwafemi Chukwudi made it.
Hold on. Wait, who made Bitcoin, Dynast?
Oluwafemi Chukwudi, the Nigerian Japanese guy.
Look, so for all you know, Bitcoin could be made by the U.S. government, totally attached to the dollar, or something that the government controls.
But it's not.
How do you?
No, but Dynast, it is. But Dynast, let me tell you how it is. You know how it is attached to the dollar? Because these people, they're actually, yes, you can create the algorithm. The fact that they still want to quote Bitcoin in dollars lets you know that they're not trying to escape the system. They should create currencies that are not tethered to any financial institution. That's real freedom. And let the actual markets, let the people determine and decide. And literally, you can create these algorithms, for example, right? You can set up the algorithms where, for example, if you're worried about, let's say, inflation, that the algorithm says, hey, if the markets are overly inflated, we'll reduce the price. I mean, not reduce price, we'll reduce the amount in circulation. Or if there's ever any type of issue, we'll increase the circulation. They can put that in place.
There's a set amount of Bitcoin that's being created, so they can't increase.
No, that's the problem. No, but Dynast, that's what I'm trying to tell you is the problem. See, look, people, when they say, oh, the U.S. dollar isn't backed by gold, they're being silly, right? If you read, for example, Debt, the First 5,000 Years by David Graeber, he actually shows that credit comes before trade by barter, right? So now here's the thing that they don't want to tell you. If you're when you look at the U.S., right, the global economy in the 1970s, the global economy didn't experience the massive growth that it did until they removed the gold hedge. Until they removed tying themselves to gold, that's what allowed the economies to explode on a global basis. As a matter of fact, that's what allowed them. Yes, now you can print. Exactly, and that's what allowed China to experience the massive growth that they did. Because if you're tied to the gold supply, you can't grow your economy. So unfortunately, inflation. Yeah, go ahead.
Russia's growing.
Everyone understands.
Gold supply.
No, Russia's tied to the dollar. That's why
Russia's tied to the ruble. I mean, the ruble.
No, they're tied to the gold now because they're trying to fight the U.S. dollar. But for the they're growing, but they're gonna run into a problem, and that's what happened when you reduce your currency to gold. What happens is there's a finite amount of gold. Now, what they realized is we'd rather have an unlimited supply, but the problem is the central banks don't want to raise interest rates. They should right now. Interest rates should be at least 11, 12, 13% if the central banks were serious, because that's what would tame inflation. But unfortunately, if you raise interest rates too high, you're gonna have shocks to the economy, and that's where it gets tricky.
Gas them up. You be dropping way too much information. It don't take all this information to just prove that Jay-Z.
I mean, I teach, man. Unfortunately,
if Jay-Z really wanted to help Marcy, he would have got people into the game in the beginning of this situation. Because
it's only 12 years old, Brandon.
No, bro, these guys are. Wait, hold on, gas them up. Hold on. This is what I can't stand, and this is what I don't like about the people in the comments.
What?
Jay-Z's a freaking billionaire.
Okay.
Jay-Z has been privy to information about blockchain and Bitcoin 5-10 years ago about what it is, where it's going, do you realize that when you're famous, There are people who will tell you shit just because they want to know you. They just want to be near you. They'll make you some. They'll give you like the fix on the horse race just because they want you to. They want to get access to call you and you pick up the phone and shit. This is how that shit works. So when you talk about Jay-Z now bringing this to black folks, Jay-Z brought some shit to black people after they were already priced out. That's how I know for a fact. This
how
shit
they priced out a blockchain.
Let me finish.
How they priced out a blockchain.
Dynasty brought Barclays Bank, the biggest slave traders, to Brooklyn, and only had 0.1000% of the company. And he said he was doing us a favor. You remember when this idiot Jay-Z said, "Oh, I'm bringing Marcy to Barney's," or what was that store where they was telling the kids they can't go shopping? And he said, "Yeah, I'm bringing the hood to the corporate, to the nice stores." And it's like, yo, this guy's a moron. Yeah, it's like, come on, man, that's not empowering me.
Listen, this is me. I'm like the white man's court system. I just go based on your resume. Y'all love to do the Joe Biden, he's changed shit. These dudes don't change. This guy didn't become a billionaire by, all of a sudden I got a heart and I want to help people. That's not how you become a billionaire, Dynasty.
That's right.
You know it. You know it. But you,
Brandon, is he really a billionaire?
He's a billionaire.
Brandon, let's be real. Let's be real. Let's and I'm not hating because everybody gonna type you a hater. If you compare him to Warren Buffett, is he a billionaire?
Stay focused, you damn Nigerian. We getting off. I get it. You said it's like when I talked to my friend Jakari. Jay-Z hasn't done shit that has actually empowered anybody in those projects. All of a sudden, Jay-Z went and signed a lucrative deal with the NFL after talking about we need to boycott the NFL. It's the same thing like Colin Kaepernick.
There you go.
The guy's conscience is already set on fuck you, pay me, dude.
That's
now
exactly
all of
what
a sudden, because Bitcoin is attached, Dynasty wants to forget his Pan-African morals and his Pan-African education, where we know these people, we know that they're nothing more than Trojan horses. That's what they are.
Mm-hmm.
They are the vehicle by which these different elitists enter into the most hard to reach areas of black society. Jay-Z is not doing this, right? Because all of a sudden I care about Marcy. I'm telling you, this is...
Yo, Brandon, back in the day, these Brooklyn dudes used to sell Movado watches that was bullshit, right? If you from New York City, you know how Brooklyn get down. And shout out to Brooklyn. Them Brooklyn dudes used to sell you them bullshit Movado watches. That's all Jay-Z's doing. He's a Brooklyn con artist coming back with the freaking Bitcoin to scam us again.
Jay-Z made an album. Jay-Z,
so what does this fast have to do with blockchain?
Listen, he's using blockchain. He's using blockchain as the means to take advantage of poor people.
Take advantage of them how, Brandon?
Dynasty, we've been through this already.
No, we have not. You haven't. Teaching them a skill, introducing them to blockchain, how is that taking from poor people?
Bro, when he comes into we're gonna give you a free cell phone. He's not like, yo, we're gonna give you 10 bands to buy Bitcoin. And so you could start investing in Bitcoin in the stock market. That would be giving them the ability to actually start participating in the market. He's like, you know what?
Teaching them blockchain so they can build their own.
I could teach you how to build a skyscraper, but if you don't got the materials, that's what I'm saying. Dynasty know that.
If they don't have capital, then how is he going to help?
I'm going to give you a cell phone.
Okay, here we go. How much does it cost to build an app on a blockchain?
To build an app on a blockchain, probably $25,000.
No, it's not, Brandon. No, it's not.
A good one. A good one. Okay, who you going to pay to maintain the app?
You maintain it once you learn the skills.
Bro, once you learn the skills.
This is what I'm saying. Blockchain is going to be here, like Mr. T says, blockchain is going to be here with or without Jay-Z. Bitcoin ain't going nowhere. Blockchain's not going nowhere.
This is the equivalent of taking turkeys and giving away in the hood. It makes people feel good. It makes him look good, but it doesn't do anything for these people long term.
How does introducing them to the blockchain for free not benefit?
Let me finish. If they're giving them the internet and stuff like that, and he's closing the digital divide in that way, that is definitely a good thing. But these people long term would be better off if he were setting up some sort of trade school or something along those lines, these people could actually benefit themselves long term instead of trying to do something risky. I think people did not show up for him because people don't trust him anymore. His word isn't that good anymore because of his resume.
It's not trust. They don't have no frame of reference. All of a sudden, we want to teach you about blockchain. Then people's like, huh? Blockchain.
And then on top of that, you look at what he did when he was used as a Trojan horse to bring in the Brooklyn Nets and spark gentrification in all of Brooklyn. You know, nobody could really trust him after that. So people didn't show up. I've been meaning to get on a couple shows about this because, you know, you were making it seem as if people just don't want to show up.
Alan, wait. Let me add this point, Dynast, since you want to play crazy. You can go on YouTube and look up videos of dozens of artists who will tell you that Jay-Z conned them out of millions of dollars.
Yes,
remember, what was the dude, C&Neef? Remember C&Neef? What's their name? C&Neef? I'm a hustler, baby, and I want you to know. What is the name of that group? The two dudes.
Give it to me. That was Pharrell and
no,
Jay-Z.
listen. What you don't understand is
the Young Gunners.
Young Gunners. I think it was Neef, the dude from Young Gunners, is the one who made that beat. I mean, not the beat, but the chorus and all that. He wrote all that. And Jay-Z got over on him because Jay-Z knew that he didn't know shit about publishing, which is where you get these dudes to basically copyright your shit. So Jay-Z published his shit and didn't even pay him for his own writing.
Right.
This happened time and time again with Jay-Z and Dame Dash. They all the artists on Rockefeller.
He cons everybody out of the Super Bowl when everybody was talking. He was telling people not to go to the Super Bowl. Big Boy and Outkast and all them went to do the Super Bowl show. People were calling them sellouts because Jay-Z told them not to, right? And it turns out they were the smart ones. They went ahead and got their money and didn't listen to this guy who was doing nothing but trying to hedge his own bets and make a better deal for himself to get in with the NFL.
He didn't want them to go do the Super Bowl because he was afraid that it might encourage black people to start watching football.
He did the same thing with the Grammys. You remember he did the same bullshit with the Grammys.
This guy's a crook. And he's
a New York talker. That's what he is.
Man, he's a crook.
No, Brooklyn. Don't say New York. Y'all keep making that mistake. We don't do that in the Bronx.
He's a Brooklyn scam artist like someone else. Bro, I'm telling you, Dynast, and Dynast, now that I'm bringing this up, you starting to recall, yeah, I did hear about that. I did hear Jay-Z used to be stealing people's stuff, their music and everything like that. He's a thief.
Ask Jazzo.
So let's back up.
The same thing with Jazzo.
Okay, so let's back up. So we put a different face on this initiative. Will you guys still be pissed off? Or not pissed off?
Yes. No, let me tell you why. Let me tell you guys why quickly. The problem is this. If you come into, I don't know Atlanta, right? Well, I've been to Atlanta a few times. But like one of the things I've learned, like I'm looking at these venture capital, right? The ecosystem there. New York City is interesting because all the venture capital and all these things that they're doing are strictly focused in Manhattan. They don't have places in Brooklyn or the Bronx where these kids can come and learn how to put business ideas together, where they can get access to funding so that, you know, they can come up with apps for their neighborhood, so they can come up with solutions that can be financial, you know, with financial incentives for their neighborhood. They don't have access to any of that. So what happens a lot of times is, you know, you go into these places, the place that have the access to it is only Manhattan, right? And it's only, for the most part, the white people. And so now you're telling me, oh, come into these the ghetto neighborhood and help these. Nah, that's not how you help them. Give them capital. Give them business training. Give them a way to create their ideas and put it on paper and look at which idea is feasible and say, you know what? Yo, you got a good idea to save the neighborhood, right? And actually, it can be economically viable. We're going to invest in that. I'm going to get you capital. I'm going to get you, you know, what you need. They're not thinking like that.
Or teach them cybersecurity.
Why don't they teach them? Or teach them teach them program them, teach them web development, teach them something. Teach them something that once they're done, that's one reason why.
You keep bringing up cybersecurity, web development.
Yeah,
he's teaching them blockchain.
Dynast, blockchain is
Teaching
fine.
blockchain. So what's the
But
problem?
what you have, Dynast, blockchain is fine. But even it's a lot of adults who don't even understand blockchain, Dynast. Why not give those people something where they could go get a
The
job?
adults understand cybersecurity and building websites. Do they understand that either?
Dynast,
But you
can
can be
train
taught
that
how
is
to
them.
do
because
that and work.
Dynast, because that is a frame of, they have a frame of reference for that. But you can't go
So
and
hold
say,
on. So
hey,
Alan, are you saying you can't work? So Alan, are you saying you can't get a job with blockchain, Alan? Are you saying
there's
that?
No,
not an abundance. There's not an abundance.
what I'm saying, there's not. You can't do that in mass.
There's not an abundance.
What you can do is you can get people jobs like cybersecurity or web development, or better yet, like I was saying before, some sort of trade school. I'm in education. I understand that we don't teach kids enough about trades, and
What?
a lot of kids, these kids, especially in Marcy projects, we better off learning to be a
Dynast,
plumber.
Dynast,
And then you can go play with blockchain if you want to.
Dynast, there's so many things that Jay-Z could teach these. It's like, they got the thing called Google certificates now. You do a 6-month
There you go.
course and now you're automatically qualified to go do a job with Google, right? Jay-Z could have promoted that. He could have got with Google, who got way more money than Jack Dorsey, and said, look, I want to bring some of these Google certificates to Marcy, because I want my people to be able to sit up in their little
Okay, so
project
let me ask
home.
you this: when Google starts switching to the when Google starts switching over to the blockchain, then what?
Once Google
And then
starts
when the
switching,
Indians take over and all these other people take over,
when Google starts switching to the blockchain, those people will now have a frame of reference. They will have knowledge about the operations of Google and computers and all that, and then they can easily say, you know what, I could just transition over to that. But what I'm telling you is, at this moment, the bread and the butter is the programming, the web development, the web design. That's the bread and the butter. Why not make an army of programmers why not make Marcy projects synonymous with
Silicon Valley.
with producing good web developers and computer programmers? I believe that would empower those people at a foundational level more so than, let me teach you about blockchain technology. Now that you got this information, sit and wait for this to take off. That's not empowering people. Empowering
okay,
people
I
is
see
to
what you're
let them
saying.
get
So
it right now.
if he was more immersive with blockchain, will you still be critical of? Will you still be critical of what he's doing? It was more immersive.
If Jay-Z wasn't a crook, and if Jay-Z came in and said, I'm not just gonna throw some shit at the wall and get my check and bounce, then I wouldn't be as critical as him. Once Jay-Z got his check, he was done with it. Use my name and keep on going, whatever y'all want to do. I want people in Marcy, if they sit through a workshop for a summer, right? I want them to leave that workshop able to go into the workforce and make 60, 70, 80, $90,000 a year. That's what I want. And with the money Jay-Z has, he has the means to do that. With the connections he has the means to do that, Dynast. Everything we see our people doing on a low level, these guys with billions of dollars have an ability to do it on a high level. There is something called a resume. Whatever your resume says, whatever your past history says, that's what I believe about you. And
But Brandon, here's where Dynasty's making a big mistake, right?
Hold on. Black Line, go ahead.
Hey, and yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of be honest with you. I kind of agree with the majority of the people who are talking about it, because when I first heard about it not too long ago, my thing is, for a couple reasons. The thing is, I always like, wait a minute, if he's doing this because this blockchain and everything, okay, cool, man, it can be a little good learning lesson. But what came in my mind is, why doesn't he just go to, like, wherever the hood he's from Brooklyn or Marcy, whatever? Why don't he just go to from the hood, from the low income areas that are having the most struggle, and just start giving the decent people, the educated ones, of course, who are trustworthy, a decent business loan, get a team together, and start building institutions like Dr. Claude Anderson said. That's my issue, because like, we need institutions. And the thing is, that would be more effectively if Brandon was from a certain hood like Long Beach, and he was educated and he was willing to help the community, and I was Jay-Z, I'll give him the certain amount of money to help him build it, certain amount of money, help him get a team together, and ask him what we need to build, like a grocery store or Walmart or whatever, and start helping people from the hood and let them start somewhere with some type of economic opportunity.
What do you think Jack Dorsey? Wait, hold on. What do you think Jack Dorsey would say to him over dinner? No, wait. I'm asking him a question. What you just said, if Jay-Z said that to Jack Dorsey, what do you think Jack Dorsey would do to him over dinner?
He would literally not work with him.
Exactly. He'd be on his own.
He wouldn't work with him because he would say, we could make money and you talking about giving some shit away. That goes against their fundamental values. This is what I'm going to say. Jay-Z didn't have to do none of this shit when he was recruiting people into his dope empire. It wasn't all this, Brandon, but he's teaching about blockchain. He gave them the skills to make money now. Right or wrong, Dynast? Right or wrong?
But wait, Brandon, here's the thing.
Guys, could you guys wait? The Dynast got that look on his face. Like he don't want to say what he got to say. When it's time to do some degenerate shit, some hood rat shit, you got the skills to do that shit now. But when it's, some progressive shit, some real things that can help you, eventually they'll be able to use blockchain technology to do it. No. With the time, nothing is free. Time is money. Time is money. Give them something that can make them eat now, that they can eat with now. And then guess what? Nothing's stopping you from when blockchain start popping to go back and give them all the blockchain they want. Exactly. This is not why people don't want to help the hood. This is a damn grifter coming back to the hood to suck the last drops of blood. We see you. You know women are so thirsty.
By teaching blockchain, he's sucking blood.
He's not a grifter.
Wait, hold on, Brennan. Dynast, here's the problem. You can't teach blockchain. Blockchain is programming. Like you keep saying he's teaching blockchain. You cannot teach blockchain, Dynast. Blockchain is part of an algorithm that programmers are creating. So he's supposed to be teaching programming. You can't teach blockchain. That's like saying, I'm going to teach, I'm going to teach you about teaching science. No, you have to teach me education and how to be an educator first. So in order to create blockchain, you have to know programming. You have to know you have to know the programming language. You have to know.
But you have to learn the fundamentals of blockchain to understand
that comes with programming. But
that comes with programming. You can't skip over it.
Dynast, they could take a.
So Dynast, basically you saying he's gonna teach them nuclear physics without teaching them an entry course to engineering?
Yeah, no, it's like
he's gonna teach them blockchain. What is blockchain?
He has to teach them programming first.
They'll get into programming because it was
I taught you nuclear physics, but I didn't teach you engineering. So you don't know anything about pi. You don't know anything about Kepler's law. You don't know any of those things. But I'm starting to teach you about nuclear physics in calculus.
Let's just hold on.
Wait.
Hold on.
Hey, fellas.
Cast them up. What is blockchain?
From what I know, blockchain is basically a series of entry that allows, it's a program that allows you. So if we're all on this network on these nodes, if I create an entry, it stops the double coincidence of wants and all this other nonsense. So everybody's informed of who made an entry. So I'm not saying it clearly because I don't have my paperwork with me when I taught my students, but there's a definition as to the technology behind it.
Blockchain. Blockchain. No, wait. Look, blockchain. Listen, a blockchain is a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to change, hack, or duplicate.
Exactly. So you can't. Everybody's aware.
So when you say
they're
that,
they're gonna explain blockchain, and then they can go.
No, you would have to know, bro. You would have to know.
But Brandon, but Dynast, if you know blockchain, if you know blockchain without programming, it's a waste of your time.
Ask them up. Wait a minute.
That's like hold on. That's like saying, in order to turn on a computer, you got to know exactly how it's made, exactly how it's built.
No, if that's to just use the computer. So you're telling me, okay, I'm learning about blockchain to use blockchain, but that's not going to make you're on the end. That you're not on the front end. You're not on the back. You're on the end. If you want to be a programmer, if you want to be the people who are creating, for example, they should be able to make their own Marcy coin. You should give me the skill set to make my own Marcy coin or my own Brooklyn coin. I've been researching how to make my own crypto coin. That shit is not easy. It's not cheap. And then I got to go and get a metal wallet. Now I got to get 3. I got to be on 2 different exchanges. That shit is not easy to make my own coin. I've been trying to make a Niger coin for the longest.
Gas them up. Ultimately, all you're doing is making them dependent on another system. You're making them dependent on programmers. You're teaching them about blockchain, but you're not giving them the foundation, the fundamentals. So they got this blockchain. It's like you, Dynast. You're dependent.
Gas them up and Brandon. Do you guys have the syllabus that they're going to be introducing to these people? Do you guys?
I got your emails. I got both your emails. I'm gonna send y'all the syllabus that I taught my kids on cryptocurrency and blockchain.
No, I'm saying, do you have their syllabus?
Bro, they're only doing it for the.
No, I don't have it. But how long are they gonna do it? How many weeks?
Those people could go do a coding boot camp, Dynast, and come out with more useful, applicable knowledge than they will come out with this just learning about blockchain. And that's the problem with black folks. That's why when you go to Africa, and you can verify this, you got 1,000 engineers walking around, 100 doctors, 1 million lawyers, but guess what? They not building shit. They not building no hospital or nothing. Why? Their knowledge is not applicable. They are now just cogs that can be plugged into a system, but they are still dependent on other cogs. They don't have standalone knowledge, A to Z knowledge, so they can create something. I want to stop and yield my time and give it over to Tammy because she's been wanting to say something.
Go ahead, Tammy.
Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate you. Nice to see you, brother Brand. And fellas, gentlemen, salute. Actually, I just want to chime in regards to Jay-Z, and just let's put it in perspective for the Urus that searching for that. In regards to when Jay-Z, when he first started out, he just working with what he had. So if he had a little cocaine and he cooked it into crack, now we're talking about a billionaire Jay-Z. So from the time he was 17, 18 to 50, almost 50, whatever.
Jay-Z was a genius. Jay-Z was a genius. Go look at any of the people who roll with Jay-Z. Go look at Myth Bleak talking to Vlad TV when he was a kid, right, and he used to babysit Jay-Z house for him. And he opened up Jay-Z drawer, and Jay-Z had drawers full of $100 bills. Jay-Z told him, just take 500, Bleak. And he said, damn, just take 100. And he said, damn, I should have asked for 500. Even at that moment, Jay-Z had enough money to go straight. We're not dealing with somebody who was like, I just was doing what I could, because I just did what I could. I was like, I tried out selling dope for a quick second, and then I said, you know what, damn, I got the money I need initially.
Let the sister finish.
I gave her the time. He will give it, take it away.
Let her finish.
He will give it, take it away. I'm just kidding around.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Sir Dynast. At the end of the day, Jay-Z started out, and he didn't start out as a billionaire. He hustled his way through. That was a quick hustle, and he hustled. You have to get like you said, he is a genius. The kid out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Out of NYC, the concrete jungle. So at the end of the day, he worked with what he had, and he used it to his advantage. And today, 30 years later, he's a billionaire, and now he's on to the next venture. So I just see him, just based off what you said, Brandon, he progressed. So, and he's teaching the people, he's teaching as he goes. So even like Nipsey, when he went in his interview and Nipsey was talking about, switching it up and investing in the Bitcoin, the new frontier, the gold rush, the new frontier. And like the late John McAfee, he stated, he has never, I believe in over 10 years or decade, he never touched any more cash. He only used Bitcoin to pay for hotels, to buy food. When he was living in the islands before he got done in or whatever his demise was. At the end of the day, apparently Bitcoin is relevant. It's relevant.
Okay. I had a neighbor who was mining Bitcoin. He was mining Bitcoin 10 years ago. I wish I had gotten involved with that at that point. But the problem I have with all these people pushing Bitcoin is that it's like any other scheme where if you're the last person holding the bag, you're the person who gets screwed. And
Okay, I see what the problem is. Okay.
Hold on, let me finish.
But what you don't understand, like Bitcoin is just getting started. Okay.
This is why I like to argue alone, because y'all be messing
Bitcoin
up
is
the
just
argument.
getting started. Okay, so you guys are like, oh, we didn't get in when it was a penny.
See,
now
dude.
20,000.
No, wait a minute. This is why I like to argue. Wait a minute.
Okay.
This is why I like to argue.
Okay.
This is why I like to argue alone. See, because we had Dynast ass on the ropes. Now you didn't say some shit that he gave him. You gave him another guy.
Yo, but wait, hold on. Why is it that y'all listening to Jay-Z about Bitcoin, right? And this is what's so sad about my black people, right? You got dudes like Warren Buffett. You got dudes like Ben Graham. You got dudes like Fisher. You have some of the stalwarts of the investment community who've been telling free information. You got a guy like Sam Zell in Chicago. Hold on, Sam Zell in Chicago. Wait, Dynast. Wait. You got. Wait. I'm not talking about Bitcoin. You got Sam Zell, real estate.
You just said Bitcoin.
No, I didn't. I said Warren Buffett. I'm gonna say it again. You have guys like Warren Buffett. You got guys like Sam Zell in Chicago with real estate. You have white men who have been providing information on how to actually invest in proper securities and proper businesses. And all of a sudden, when this guy comes and tells you about Bitcoin, which I agreed, yes, get a little bit because it's like the internet, right? In the next 10 years, get hold a little bit. But they've been giving us free game and no one pays attention. Come on, man.
Hold on, Gata. I want you to repeat the last phrase you just said. I want you to repeat that again. Unmute yourself. I want you to say that real slow. Say it real slow.
What exactly did I say again?
You know what you said, gas them up. You know what you said,
that this guy just comes out of nowhere? This guy comes out of nowhere and tells us about Bitcoin?
I want you to say what you said is just like the internet when it first started.
Yes. Get a little bit. Yes, I agree. Get a little bit of Bitcoin because it's just like the internet. Hold on to it because the future is here and that technology will be implemented. That's all I'm saying. I agree. I agree. We're on the same page. No, but Dynast, we're on the same page. But again, none of the internet billionaires are better than Warren Buffett in terms of investing. And you got white guys who are giving us free game. Like I said, you got Sam Zell in Chicago. They're giving us free game on how to invest in actual securities. You got Dangote giving free game on how to invest, and no one pays attention. But Jack Dorsey and Jay-Z come to us, and then we gonna listen. Come on, Brandon. Does that make sense?
Let me say this. Guys, we can't talk. Listen, let me say this. Let's keep it real and put it where it's supposed to be. This is Jack Dorsey's project. Jay-Z is the face. He's the trusting face of Jack Dorsey's project.
Thank you.
So I hate when we keep talking about Jay-Z, because what we think is he has our best interest because he's black. This, Dynast, can you admit Jay-Z is the face of Jack Dorsey's project?
That's all I was going to say.
They're partners. They're partners.
No, they are not. He wasn't partners with the Brooklyn Nets. He wasn't partners with anything else that he did. But he's a conduit. He's a conduit of other billionaires and the Democratic Party. That's what he is.
Okay, but then
Jay-Z told us to vote Democrat. We're supposed to trust that too.
Hold up. So gas them up. Jack Dorsey's a billionaire, and he's a white man. So I guess that makes it valid. So he's introducing a new technology to the people. So is it?
Okay. Nope. And I agree. Get a little bit of crypto. I'm not mad at that. But all I'm saying is the best investors in the world have been white guys like Warren Buffett, have been white guys like his partner, Charlie Munger, and they've been given free game since the 80s, since the 70s. If you read how to analyze the security, you can watch these dudes and they're giving away free game and nobody black pays attention to it. And Jack Dorsey comes along and we got to listen. Now, hold on, Dennis. You just said...
Why are you assuming that nobody pays attention to Warren Buffett?
Okay, you just said, okay, forget the black dude. What about the black dude in the NBA that owns all the Wendy's? That's like the second richest black dude from the NBA, right? No one's paying attention to him. What about the black dude who paid off? What about the black dude who paid off all them student loans?
So guys,
can I say something real quick?
You guys will be satisfied until They bring
No,
in
all I'm
people
saying
that
is,
have-
all I'm saying is, you just said Jack Dorsey's his partner, right? Well, when he was having dinner with Harvey Weinstein, was he his partner then?
Oh, he getting dirty now.
Uh,
Harvey
Hold
Weinstein.
on, Larry, go ahead, Larry. Larry, unmute yourself, Larry.
Isn't his name
Hi,
Larry?
thanks. It's Larry. It's a Yoruba word.
Larry, I'm
Um,
sorry.
thanks, Dynas. I was just going to say in regards to that, I was just going to, on the course, they will get a free mobile phone hotspot device, smartphone with data plan. They will sit down for lectures on topics including what is money, what is blockchain, and how not to get scammed. The academy then plans to give them grants, small amounts of Bitcoin worth around $20 to $25 after they learn to set up their own digital wallets. So that's the plan so far.
Damn, $25 whole dollars?
So the thing that I'm trying to understand, if people are saying don't do it because you're not going to learn much from it, okay, that's one thing. Or are they saying don't do it because Jay-Z is finding a way to scam you out of money? And if it's the case he's scamming you out of money, then how is he going to do it? Because I don't.
Listen,
And how is Dorsey going to make money as well from that area? I'd like to know that.
Listen, bro. There's a certain thing in America, and it's called self-respect. If somebody got $1 billion damn dollars, and they like, I'm gonna give y'all all $25, walk away, bro. That's like my daughter going on a date with a man, and he like, yeah, baby, I want to take you out to
Oh,
Wiener's.
Brady, come on,
No,
man.
wait a minute. No, I'm
skipping over
serious.
the
See, it's
25.
always
You're
like
skipping
this.
over everything.
No.
You're skipping over everything else, Brandon.
We always do this. We always,
Oh,
bruh.
goodness,
They
man.
would be. Let me tell you right now, $25 grant. You better off teaching them how to cook cocaine, dude. I will tell you that.
Oh my God, Brandon.
Dynas,
Okay,
$25.
let's back up.
Let me ask you a question. How much of your time are you gonna give for $25?
Brandon, listen. Brandon, okay, so let's back up for a second. So Bitcoin is an asset, all right? We already know the majority of these folks ain't got life insurance. We already know the majority of these folks don't own no real estate. So he's giving them.
So why not give them life insurance? Why not give them real estate? Life insurance don't cost nothing but $15 a month. He could say, I'm gonna pay your life insurance. That way when Big Mama die, y'all all be millionaires.
You can't make them happy. You can't make them happy. You can't make them happy.
Bro, this shit is called too little, too late, man. That's what this is called.
Bitcoin is an asset that is increasing in value.
$25.
It is not increasing in value every year.
It goes up in value, Brandon.
So is it an asset or is it a medium of exchange? Which one is it, Dynas? You see, this is why you can't have it both ways.
No. It's considered an asset and a medium of exchange. It's considered an asset by the U.S. government.
Well, how's it increasing in value when it lost half its value in 3 weeks?
Thank you.
Okay, have you looked at the Bitcoin chart?
I'm asking you a straight question, Dynas. I don't give a damn about the chart. How is it increasing in value every year when it just lost over half its value?
It all depends on if you invest.
It did increase in value this year.
No, hold on. No, okay, Brandon. The same
but
way.
But it's not an investment, Dynas.
Wait. Let him bring up the stock market.
No, let me finish. The same way my house in 2008 sold for over like 200. The houses in my neighborhood sold for over $250,000. In 2008, crashed to $35,000. Now we're up close to $500,000, $600,000.
Yes, but you said.
But wait, did that affect? Hold on, wait. But did that affect the equity that you could pull from the house if you went to get a HELOC? So, for example, you could have still got a line of credit from that asset. You can't get lines of credit from Bitcoin.
Yes, you can. It's called Aave.
You can get lines of credit, certified lines of credit.
What is a lot? Hold on.
Gas them up is killing me.
Hold on.
Gas them up is now.
Go ahead.
Crypto Black then came in. Now you know. Come on, dude. We got Dynas on the ropes.
It's got eye control. Yeah, you can borrow, get your crypto totally tax free using Aave, using so many different other platforms that's out there. I mean, hundreds of them out there. You can borrow, get your own crypto. The problem is a lot of people don't understand what crypto is, the industry. I just was in NFT NYC, been there all week. And people just don't understand the amount of money, the VCs. I was at a private event at Warner Music Group. They're throwing so much money into the Web3 and into the metaverse. So, but to go back to I think what the problem is a lot of people are getting confused, the whole Jay-Z thing. who's really running the academy is the Black Bitcoin billionaires. You talking about Big Mar? He's been in Bitcoin since like 2012, 2011. You're talking about the pioneers, Zay. He wrote the book Bitcoin and Black America. Book's been sold out. And second book been sold out as well. So the people that running this are people that's Black people that has been running academies for kids for in our area and also inside LA. Look up Nigel Roberts. She's out of LA.
And Lamar Wilson, apparently.
Yeah, Lamar Wilson. Yep, Lamar, Big Mar. So all these people, they're running. What's going on is Jay-Z, and Marcy Projects. Jay-Z is, he's the name. He's a big name, but Cash App has been running with the Black Bitcoin billionaire. They've been teaching people about Bitcoin for the last since 2020, and they have hundreds of thousands of people. I know because I used to sit on the panel with them as moderators and teach people about Bitcoin. So they have been doing this for so long. All they're doing is they taking what they've been doing inside. They have the Crypto Kids Club, in which they're teaching kids how to do. They've been doing it for years, and it's been very, very, very successful all around the country. All they're doing is they bring it to Marcy, the same exact platform, the same exact project, and they bring it to Marcy Project to teach people about Bitcoin and financial literacy.
Yeah, so they're making it mainstream.
All they're doing is making it mainstream.
So can I ask you guys a question? Why haven't they made investing in stocks mainstream? And real estate and stocks have been the way to get wealthier.
You act like people have not been teaching. You act like people have not been introducing Black people to real estate and other investments.
Yeah, you have so many academies out right now on real estate and investing, as well as for years. Grant Cardone brings so many different Black people on there. You got the Wall Street Trapper. He teaches about stocks and options. You're doing it for years and years and years. You got
to earn your leisure.
No, I'm talking about the elite. I'm talking about the Jay-Z's.
Yes.
I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about the Jay-Z.
Hey, listen, guys, listen, let's get to the bread and meat of this shit, because I don't have no.
But I want to hear Crypto Black.
Let Dynast, you just want to hear. Dynast, you want confirmation bias. Let's just pull up the article. Let's just pull up the article. Let's just pull up the article.
We shot that down. It's like you guys just
let's just pull up. Dynast, let's just pull up the article. Let's just pull up the article. You and Crypto Black are of the same vein. Let's pull up the article which explains why people in the hood, in that neighborhood, are not really interested. And then let's talk about why these different exchanges online are firing their staff, because they're talking about there's about to be a Black winter with cryptocurrency where it's expected
all
to
companies
all
are
No, I'm not saying that. Let's pull up. Look, I shared the article.
Brandon, come on.
You guys,
it's a business. That's why.
Brandon,
listen, you know Crypto Black.
It's not
true. Hold on.
You talking to a audience.
You know Crypto Black.
Brandon, it's not true.
You know Crypto Black. Listen, Dynast.
Brandon, it's a big audience, and people have to understand the truth.
I understand.
The reason why
that's why we pull up the article. I don't want to listen to you. I don't believe you're a person who tells you. I believe you're a person who says what's in your best interest.
No,
you sell
I'm
Bitcoin.
telling you.
You sell Bitcoin. You sell Bitcoin.
Listen,
don't tell me what the truth is.
Hold on. Stop the show. Stop the show.
You sell Bitcoin. So let's go to the unbiased. Listen. I tried to introduce. Listen.
Now, Brandon, how does he sell Bitcoin?
Can we all get along?
Listen to me,
Dynast.
How does he sell Bitcoin?
Let me ask you a question.
Answer the question, Brandon. How does he sell Bitcoin?
I'm gonna answer. I just tried to introduce an unbiased source that we can read and get the information for ourselves. I don't want to hear two Bitcoin salesmen. I want to read the source. I will pull it up. I'm not gonna say that. Let's read it.
You said something.
Let's read it.
But Brandon,
let's read it. I do not trust two trend niggas. I want to read what the white man say on the article. That's what I want to read. I don't want to read what you trend niggas said. Y'all trend. I don't care.
No,
Brandon,
hold
you're not
on.
telling
We
the
know
truth.
Brandon.
bro.
How did he sell Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Bro,
Brandon,
bro,
how did
I've
he
been
sell
to jail
Bitcoin?
before. I didn't argue with niggas like y'all. We could go to the article. I
Brandon,
don't care
Brandon, you're
how
about
did
not
he
none
sell
of
telling
that.
the truth,
Bitcoin?
Let's
Brandon. You're
go
not
to
telling
the
the truth.
article,
Brandon, how did
bro.
he
Hold on,
sell
Let's
Bitcoin?
go to the
Brandon, you're not
Brandon, I
telling the
want to
truth.
go to
Oh, you don't
Because
sell
cryptocurrency and
Bitcoin?
buy Bitcoin.
Brandon,
So you don't sell Bitcoin?
no, I don't sell Bitcoin. So
What
Brandon,
do
I'm
you
gonna tell
do
you
with
the truth.
Bitcoin? What do you
Look,
do with Bitcoin?
with Coinbase, the reason why Coinbase
Here we
and
go.
Gemini are doing layoffs is because they did a lot of spending with the Super Bowl ads and
Oh,
buying out different
and the crypto didn't come in.
marketing over the last couple of years.
Bro, crypto is down. Cryptocurrencies are down. Don't tell
Crypto,
me they laid off their workers because
Stock
they
is
spent too
down,
much
Brandon.
money. They
Stock
didn't.
is
Listen,
down, Brandon.
Brandon,
Stock
S&P
is
is
down.
down over
Stock
20%.
Stock is down,
Man, with
Brandon.
No,
that,
that's
if
hold on. You guys
if
are wrong.
Bitcoin,
You guys
if
are
Bit-
wrong.
I'm
of
Wait,
course
wrong.
Brandon,
they're
here, let
wrong.
me tell him wrong. This
Of
is how
course
you know
they're
you're wrong. Let me tell you why you guys are wrong. Because just because the value of the stock or the price goes down, I can still get my dividends. You can still get your rent from your house. You can still
Okay,
get your
oh God,
coupon
And I
payments.
still gonna get my staking
hold
rewards.
on. Gas
Oh,
him up.
y'all
See,
niggas
crypto,
selling
crypto,
Herbalife.
hold on, crypto back. See, this is the problem, guys. You guys are just, and I mean this in a nice way. You guys are just ignorant. So
Yeah, you're
with my
We
ignorant too.
are.
crypto,
We
You're ignorant.
are.
I can
We
stake it.
are.
Can I finish?
Now you
Can I
want to
finish?
name call us because
Finish?
we don't want to
But
buy your
hold
snake
on, let me
oil.
finish. Hold on. With my
Well,
crypto,
Brandon,
I can, Brandon, and nobody selling Bitcoin. With my crypto, gas them up. I can do what is called staking,
Y'all are
and I
definitely
can earn a
selling
return
Bitcoin.
on my
Y'all
crypto.
selling the shit out of Bitcoin. Y'all just ain't getting nothing for it.
No, I
What
don't
y'all
have to
doing is
sell it.
selling.
It sells
This is
itself.
called selling. This
I
is
don't have to
called
sell it.
selling.
No, the
If
thing
I
is,
talk,
no, you have
Dynas,
to tell the
if I
truth,
talk
though.
about Cintas, let me tell you this, Dynas, this one thing they taught you in sales. What's going to sell better than anything you could do is word of mouth. When someone has a good experience with Dynas, they are likely to go tell up to 3 or 4 other people about it. So their experience with you is going to sell the product for itself, right or wrong. Right or wrong.
Brandon.
So y'all
But the
telling
thing,
us
I
What's that
gotta
got to
get
do with
back to
this,
what you
Brandon?
said.
Bitcoin is
It
so
wasn't
great.
true,
What's
though.
that got
I
to
have
do
to
with
get
this, Brandon? What's that got to do
Because
with this,
you
Brandon?
guys
This has
are
nothing to do with
selling,
this.
yes, because
Brandon.
you guys are unpaid salesmen of Bitcoin. You guys are talking about, it's great, take the risk, take the risk. Okay, but this happened. Oh, that's because when you start explaining negative shit to put a positive spin, you are a salesman. You are a salesman.
Brandon, you're not. I gotta go back to because you wasn't telling the truth. So you got companies like Coinbase, Crypto.com. They land people off because they overspent. And that's with any business. You overspend. Binance, for example, didn't do all the marketing and everything. They're hiring over 2,000 people, which is the largest exchange inside the world, the largest crypto exchange in the world. So when you're telling people, oh yeah, this and that, because everything is down, it's not true.
Do
It's
you know
business.
why they overspent? Do you know why they overspent crypto? You know
Oh
why
my
they
God, man!
No, do you know
Why,
why?
Brandon?
Do you
Why,
know why they
Brandon? Why,
overspent?
Brandon?
Because they
Why?
put faith in the idea that that crypto would trend up and it didn't. They projected, and their projections were wrong because they put more faith. They put more faith in crypto than what was warranted, and now they're
Okay,
paying for it.
Brandon,
I was in
Okay.
marketing. I've been a bookkeeper.
Okay. I got.
Well,
Hold on.
that's the
Hold
thing.
on. Hold
When
on.
you
I
tell
got
people,
Brandon is just babbling now. Okay,
when you tell
listen.
people,
No, but
who are
hold on. Let me
poor,
finish, Alan, let's just remove crypto from the
okay,
business. If
okay,
you have a business, no matter what, if it's crypto, plumbing, selling cars, whatever, if you overspend, you're gonna have to cut the fat somewhere. It's a business.
it's a
I get
budget.
that,
Business.
but what I'm
I
saying
mean,
is
I
in
don't
this
understand.
case,
Like, it's a
and
business.
my
With any
only point,
business, you overspend, and the returns don't come. You got to cut somewhere, and that's
we're getting
usually with
into the weeds
employees.
a little
And
bit
you raise
because
prices.
I
So
think,
I'm trying to figure out like
well, let me explain.
business that doesn't have the business every day.
Well, let me explain.
Right.
We're getting into the weeds a little bit because at the end of the day, what this is doing is pushing this stuff to people in Marcy projects. All right, people who are living in the projects who do not have an economic base to do all this stuff with, right? And so they would be better served, just like the kids I work with here in Baltimore. Those kids would be better served by establishing something that is more sound, a skill set that will allow them to go ahead and make money going in the future. Then they can go ahead and start doing stuff with cryptocurrency and all this other stuff like that. My problem with this is you're taking the horse the cart and put it before the horse, and that's the problem with it. And so and
That's
it
not
just
true.
and it is proof. And to me,
No,
it just proves.
no,
To me, it just proves.
That is the
Let
problem.
me finish. Let me finish.
Always get to
It
that.
just proves. It just proves that Jay-Z is only doing what he's told by certain paymasters, and that's what he does. It's been a consistent pattern with him. Okay, he works for these billionaires, and they pay him handsomely, but nobody else makes any money in dealing with Jay-Z except for Jay-Z. And that's the reality.
So what are the paymasters?
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Alan, what is the paymaster's plan, Alan? You said he's paymasters. So what is their plan? What are they trying to do to the people?
Listen, I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to.
Because that's a big accusation.
I can tell you, Larry. I can tell you.
I can't pretend to know his plan for this, but I can tell you exactly what his plan was when he was pretending to be the owner of the Nets.
Yeah, exactly. I can tell you.
No, we're not talking about the Nets. We're talking about this.
Well, no, I'm just saying he pretended he went up there and sold his community on him being the Nets. He was the face they could trust. They put him in Prochlor's face up there in Brooklyn, right? And then next thing you know, you realize that he don't own anything.
Because I'm tired of this story. How many black businesses on Atlantic Avenue? I used to ride up and down Atlantic Avenue all day long, all day strong, coming from New York, East New York, over the Bed-Stuy. How many black businesses was on Atlantic Avenue where the Barclays was at?
They wasn't on Atlantic. They was by Eastern Parkway.
How many black businesses on Atlantic?
The entire Brooklyn got gentrified as a result of the actions of Jay-Z. Jay-Z gentrified.
How many black businesses?
Let me just finish. Jay-Z gentrified his own neighborhood, pretty much his entire borough.
How
right?
many?
And sold it down. Regardless of how many businesses there were, homeowners there.
Regardless, because I'm tired.
Regardless, there were homeowners there. They're not homeowners anymore.
All day long, all day strong, and it wasn't no black businesses running rampant on Atlantic Avenue right with the bar.
Did people own homes? Did people own homes there?
Where? It was all
in Brooklyn. I'm just asking.
There. They didn't own nothing there.
They didn't own nothing. Well, do they live there anymore?
There, man. It's a
do they live there anymore?
Ran by, I'm not gonna say the name, but I'm gonna say it rhymed with Stews. It's owned by that's who owned apartment buildings on Atlantic Avenue. Stop! It wasn't no homes, the residential homes, the yards, and everything on Atlantic Avenue. Again, we're talking about a whole borough. You're talking about one neighborhood to prove a point. That's not the point. When you know full well that's not the point. The point is that the point. No. The point is. No. You say he gentrified the neighborhood.
He gentrified his borough. I said his borough.
You say he gentrified the neighborhood.
His borough.
He gentrified his borough.
Yes, he helped gentrify, usher in the gentrification to Brooklyn.
With the Barclays Center. You just say he gentrified the neighborhood. The problem is a lot of people is not from the area, not from over here, always saying stuff, and it's not true. All right.
So that ain't true though. He definitely messed it up. We from over here. He definitely messed up. But the black businesses was in Eastern Parkway. The black businesses. Hold on, listen. Let me tell you. The black businesses is on Eastern Parkway where the Caribbeans is at. Okay, and Eastern Parkway. How many did he run? How many did he run out on Atlantic? Again, the point is that Jay-Z.
Y'all keep coming with accusations, and I ask you a question, and then you sit there and run the ball somewhere else.
Nobody's running the ball anywhere. What you're doing is you're taking what you're doing.
He ran him out of what you call it? He ran him out of the Williamsburg is where where gentrified was at in Brooklyn. Nowhere near where Barclays Center is at. Where everybody keeps saying, "Oh yeah, he ran."
That's not true because that neighborhood was right by Gowanus. If you know Brooklyn, you know that's by Gowanus.
Where did he run neighborhood? Where the black businesses got ran out of neighborhood? Again,
listen.
Working in the businesses.
Okay, look, listen. The whole point. Let's get back to the crypto because I don't want to go back and forth.
No, stay here. I want to know.
Okay, if you want me to stay there, I can stay there because, like I said, what he's trying to say is, because Jay-Z didn't necessarily move out the so-called business. Of course, that strip was never a black owned. It was never anybody owned. You had Models. You had a lot of corporate stores there. The point is now when you look at the traffic, when you look at the congestion, and when you ask the overall community, when you ask the overall community, how have they really benefited? We're talking about Black Brooklyn. How has Black Brooklyn benefited from the Barclays Center? It's negligible.
So all the
So
black
then
people.
the thing that I was going to say that I said earlier, I won't take too long, right? The course is there. It's free. They get given an asset. They get taught things. Now, if it is a scam and people are going to make money off of it, please tell me, how is Jay-Z going to make money off of that?
Whenever, listen, whenever any product is free, the user is the commodity.
Thank you.
Because black people, hold on, let me tell you.
Facebook. Just like Facebook.
Exactly. What the game is, listen, let me tell you how insidious this stuff gets. This is just like in Africa right now, right? A lot of these white people are saying, oh, African DNA and African genetics have not been studied. So what are they doing? They're going to Nigeria. They're going to all these African countries, grabbing people, taking blood samples from them. Not because they like Africans, because they're saying, yo, we've been screwing up with everybody else's body. And for a while, we haven't got to screw with the African bodies. So now let's screw with these black bodies. So basically, they're trying to find out. Oh, I want to tell you, they're trying to find out how black people are going to engage with this crypto, with this blockchain. That's all they're trying to find out, the consumer patterns.
Okay, gas them up. I'm going to read something to you from what I'm reading, right? So they asked people about this academy. And this man said, and it's written in the paper, he said this, his name is Figueroa, said the Bitcoin classes signified how out of touch the rapper was with his former home. If you want to do something, fix this place up, she said. We have a basketball court with no hoops. Our park is broken up in here. He should be doing more for this community, not no Bitcoin academy. The next thing she said is, the only thing I could say he really did for us was the Christmas stuff. Every Christmas, he would come around and he would give out free toys to the kids, or like pocketbooks, perfumes, and little MP3 players. That was good. The Bitcoin ain't.
Exactly. Build institutions.
So again, this is what I'm trying to say. This is no different than African billionaires and African millionaires, all of us in the diaspora who come from Africa. We don't go back. Like Dynast, I've been screaming it, right? Let's make the village great again. We don't make the village great. We run to Lagos and try to turn Lagos into Atlanta. That's all we're doing. So Jay-Z, his mentality, like he said, I'm trying to bring Brooklyn to Barney's. No, moron, fix Brooklyn. Create an ecosystem where you can sit down these kids in Marcy and say, listen, look, can you come up with viable ideas to improve your community? Now, of course, he's a businessman. And if you have a viable idea, and if this idea can be financially, profitable, let's invest in it. 50 Cent is doing the same thing in Texas right now. Google 50 Cent and what he's doing with them kids in Texas.
Gas them up. Hold on 1 second. Gas up. Did you listen to Larry when he read what the course is? Did you listen to that?
I listened to everything he said, and I heard it and I understood it.
So you missed the grants for businesses part, right? You missed that part.
How many grants is Jay-Z granted for businesses? Let's follow his model. You want to really start pulling it up? No, you really want to start pulling it up?
Just talk us to talk. I mean, you talk.
All right.
How can you build for one?
This is a guy, again, I'm talking to talk. Wait, Mr. Crypto. I'm talking to talk, but this is a guy who was hanging out with Harvey Weinstein, and that went all of your heads. And he said in the rap, that was Wine Bill. Okay. You see, this is the problem with y'all black capitalists. Y'all have no righteousness. When he was hanging out with Harvey Weinstein, what's your excuse? No, what's the excuse? Oh, so you scared to say that? You scared to talk about him? You scared to talk about him? Talk about Weinstein when Jay-Z was hanging out with him.
You're a guy with an iPhone and
I know, that's great. You don't know me and I don't know you, but we do know that Jay-Z was hanging out with Harvey Weinstein. You scared to talk about that? No, don't dodge it, because I didn't dodge you when you spoke. Can you address that? Dynast, make him address that. I didn't run. Are y'all scared to address Jay-Z with Harvey Weinstein? Or we gonna sweep that under the rug, Black Illuminati style?
That sounds. Hey,
you talking about a free blockchain course? You talking about Harvey Weinstein? We talking about a free blockchain course?
Maybe that's a question Jay-Z needs to answer.
Go ahead, Crypto Black. Hold on. Go ahead, Crypto Black. Go ahead.
So again, how can if I, Dynast, you, or anyone else on this panel, I go over to the Marcy Projects right now, and I start tear down a basketball rims and everything. What's going to happen 15, 20 minutes later? They gonna lock our butts up because that's owned by the city. You can't go in and remodeling city property and federal property. You can't do that.
Jay Prince do it in Houston. Baby do it in his neighborhood.
Projects, man.
Yeah, New York is a whole new ball game.
Two different
We
stories.
from New York. I'm from New York. Get his politics right.
You from New York?
I'm from New York, so tell him to get his politics right. Y'all keep making excuses for these black capitalists, and it's sad. I'm not against. Listen, I'm all for black people getting their money, but stop making excuses for these black Illuminati sellout capitalists.
What's the excuse?
Y'all make excuses for them, man. These people do compromising things for our community.
I'm teaching.
Hold on. I'm just trying to figure out how. Okay, Larry. Let me do something, Larry. Let me do something, Larry. The brother is supposed to teach. The brother just is teaching blockchain courses, free phone, free internet, grants. Now we on Illuminati and Harvey Weinstein.
Exactly. I'll read it. I'll read it again. It's very basic.
I'm lost. How do we get from Crypto Black? I know you have an organization. I'm Dynast Amir. Hey, I like to teach the kids blockchain. Of course, it's free for them. We're a nonprofit. We have these two blockchain billionaires with experience. Well, Dynast, I think one of the problems is access to the internet. No problem. We'll provide them with internet and a phone. We'll also free them. And then listen, while we're having these courses on blockchain, if they have some great ideas, hey, we're giving out grants. Illuminati, Harvey Weinstein.
We need basketball courts. We need basketball courts and rims. And basketball courts. But then Gas might be the same guy talking about something. But financial literacy, but all they want to do try to make it to the NBA and be a basketball player. You damn you do, you damn if you don't. You know what I mean? This is the same people that's like,
I was just talking about Warren Buffett. I was just talking about Sam Zell.
What?
I was just talking about Warren Buffett and Sam Zell, but it's okay.
So it seems your whole thing is the main reason you're against this is because it has nothing to do with the course or what's being offered. It's simply because you see Jay-Z as some Freemason and Illuminati. It
has nothing to do with him being a Freemason. The point is that Jay-Z is not somebody who's reputable. He's not somebody who's ever did his community or his people well.
So who are the people? The people that run the academy?
Hold on. But bro, gas them up. Listen, Jay-Z's not teaching the course. It's the two people that Crypto Black said who's teaching it, who are reputable.
The whole group. It's the whole group. Been doing it for years.
Okay, listen, look, like I said, man, this is the same thing that happened during slavery, man. The Africans like me said, yo, stay away from the white man. Y'all all wanted a bunch of mirrors and pipes. And then I ended up in Brazil. This is people like y'all, man. Y'all don't want to stay away from Mzungus.
You got the white savior syndrome. Don't worry about it. You got the white Warren Buffett gonna come and save you. Don't worry about it.
Okay, Larry is the voice of reason. Larry, 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 are you muted?
Yes, I'm muted. Yep.
Okay. Yep. So listen, is teaching blockchain for free equivalent to the transatlantic slave trade, Larry?
Absolutely not. No. I didn't say it's the same, Dynast. You see what you're doing? You see what you're doing, Dynast? You see what you're doing? Don't do me like that, Dynast. Don't do me like that, man. That's not. I gave an example. It was tongue in cheek. It was a tongue in cheek example.
How are we telling people to the slave trade now?
I'm just saying that. No, I'm just saying that I'm very cautious. I'm just very cautious with. I'm just saying, be very cautious with the white man you choose to dance with.
When Eve corrupted Adam, you know what I mean, and made him pick the fruit from the tree because the blockchain and Jay-Z and deceived him. I mean, he gonna take it all the way back. He gonna keep on moving that goalpost, bro. But man, much love to everybody on the panel. I'm about to go, and I gotta go get ready. But yeah, man,
I'm about to slide out too. I'll say this much.
Go.
All right, thanks, Crypto Black.
We got the Bitcoin Bamboozler back. Go ahead, Bitcoin Bamboozler. Go ahead, unmute yourself. Go ahead.
Listen, man. This is how people. If you go in the past of people, let's talk about resume. Go in the past of anybody selling Bitcoin. There was some other scam that they tried to sell you. Dynast's was carrot bars. Now it's Bitcoin. Trust me, this nigga was that
I'm not
enthusiastic.
selling. What am I
If you
selling?
could,
How am I
if you
selling
could
Bitcoin?
listen,
I'm not
him
selling
and
Bitcoin.
Fitzgerald. No, you didn't piss me
I'm
off
not
now because
selling
you put me in the
Bitcoin.
back.
Is
No,
you
let
doing
me
ad
be.
hominem?
No,
put him
let
in
me be
timeout.
real.
You
No,
doing
I'm not.
ad hominem? You doing the
Dinus,
same
you
thing
want to
Jackson
put me in
Brothers
another
doing? You doing
timeout?
ad
You can put me in
ad
another
hominem?
timeout if you
It's
want to.
ad
I'll just
hominem
make the
that.
video.
What does Bitcoin
I'll
got to do
make
with
the video
sharing
on my own
bars?
channel.
What
If
is
you
what is
do, you
go ahead and do it
do
on
you
your
want to
own
let me
show? What
talk?
does Bitcoin
I
got to
get
do
it.
with
I
sharing
get it.
bars? This is
No,
ad
no,
hominem attack.
no. It's not ad hominem.
That's
You were
ad
just as
hominem.
enthusiastic about
Oh
that.
my goodness.
And
Oh,
then when
so
it fell
so
through, it was like, oh, my bad. My bad.
who's endorsing Bitcoin
No.
are
Listen,
now running
anybody
scams
who
in the past.
anyone who tells
Everybody
you
who's pushed Bitcoin in the past now.
anybody,
Let's
that's
put a
what it
blanket
is.
on everybody.
It's just
Let's
a
put a blanket
trend.
on everybody.
It's
Everybody
just a
who has
trend.
pushed Bitcoin have
It's
ran
just
scams in the
just
past.
a trend. It's a
It's
trend.
just
And
a
some
trend. It ain't
people
going
are
nowhere.
trendy
So
niggas. That's
Dynast, what is it? Is it a medium of exchange? Is it an investment,
wait,
or is it a
no,
store of
wait.
value?
No, don't ask that.
It's all
Stop
of that.
asking questions.
It's all of
Stop
that.
asking questions. This is the reality. Crypto
It's all of that.
Black, if Crypto Black got on, oh, y'all don't know. Dinus here, y'all don't know. No, we know.
Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know.
Anytime
Y'all
somebody
don't
tells
know.
you to go against your common sense, there's a red flag that should go up.
But what if you ain't got
Jay-Z
common
has a
sense? But
history.
what if you ain't got common sense? What if you wrong?
Jay-Z has a history of selling out his people for his own gain. I'm not saying that's wrong. What we know is that when someone comes in who don't never come in really doing nothing useful, and they say, I got this great idea. That's when your antennas need to go up and say, wait a minute, let me see what's going on here. In the age where information is worth billions, this guy wants to all of a sudden didn't bring none of this stuff. When people started to getting heavy into STEM, Jay-Z didn't come and say, I'm gonna run STEM classes in Marcy.
Y'all
When
never be
Jay-Z,
happy. You can't make
but
y'all
that's
can't make people happy.
no,
You
we're
cannot
just
make
asking.
people
No, we're asking a question. Why now, but not then?
But
Why
why
didn't you
not?
come? What? Listen, why not?
Okay, say that, Tammy. Say that again. Say that again, Tammy. Say that.
The answer is why not? You know, at some point, I appreciate you let me get a little second in, and I'll get ready to slide out. But you know, it's the new frontier, and it's like the gold rush. You know, you get in, you want to get in at the height of it. You know, and whether it's trendy or not, you're not gonna know that just as of now. But it
Tammy,
looked like it appears that it may have some staying power
Tammy, if
because
everybody who did business with somebody told you this person's a snake, they steal, they swindle people that trust them, would you then say this person has great intentions this time?
no,
The
if they got
only
a,
thing that's changed is what they're talking about. And because what they're talking about now is something that Dynas supports, suddenly that person is a good guy. He's freaking Robin Hood. He's all this stuff. We can't keep living like that because when we suffer the consequences of doing that, all those people who told you to trust, it's just like FBA with this reparations thing. These guys are trying to sell you on something that's not there yet. It might be able to come or it might not come. Just this is duality. Just as much as it could come, that's as much as it could not come. So when it don't come, there's no accountability on these people's part. They're just here to tell you how awesome it is. That's it.
Okay, Brandon.
There has to be more. There has to be more consistency if you're going to put Jay-Z down. Because when Jay-Z came around for Christmas, giving out free toys to the kids and pocketbooks and perfumes, everyone thought he was a good guy. But when he wants to do the Bitcoin course, he's now the devil incarnate. There has to be consistency.
Listen, family. Jay-Z is a consistent thief. Even Dynas can tell you Jay-Z has a track record of taking advantage of his own people to enrich himself. Dynas, is that untrue or is it true?
And how will he do it in the 12-week course?
Let Dynas ask you.
I'm asking you how is he stealing from people with a free Bitcoin course?
Exactly.
Listen,
you guys get offended when you say Bitcoin. So block.
How is he stealing from people with a free Bitcoin course? If these guys are taking these people's information, if these guys are putting people in the Bitcoin so that they can get those.
Goodness.
Listen, you guys are saying, how is he stealing from the people? No one's saying he. This is the whole thing. No one's saying he's stealing. No one's saying he's stealing. I never said he was gonna steal from them. They don't got
Boy,
nothing.
y'all moving the
Okay,
goalposts. That
look.
was
I'm gonna put
information.
this last. I'm gonna put this last
That was information. That was
analogy. I'm gonna
information.
put this analogy, and then I'm going to leave it at that. If you say I'm hungry and I need something to eat, and I walk up and hand you a 2-for-1 coupon, but you got no money, is that really helping you?
He's giving them money though.
Oh my God, bro! I don't know where you live, but $25 is not money.
It's
called an
for
asset.
investing.
It's for bro.
It's an
These people.
investment. It's an asset.
Yeah,
It's part of the. It's as I said earlier. The academy also plans
What
to grant
academy?
students a
this
small
plan?
amount of Bitcoin
Bro,
worth
the
around
people
$20 to $25
The people already
after.
rejected.
This is the crucial part.
So Larry,
they learn
so
to
Larry,
set
you're
up-
saying that
hold on a minute. Hold
Listen.
on. After they learn how to set up their own digital wallets, they'll be given that to start
Listen,
investing.
bro.
You know. So what? You,
So
gas
Larry,
them up.
Larry,
Gas them up. Gas
uh,
them up.
uh,
What do you want? What do you want them to do? You want them
The
to give them
okay.
$1,000?
Can I
The
tell you?
number
Can I
one
tell you?
rule-
Can I tell you?
The number one rule.
No,
listen,
let me tell you.
Guys,
Let me tell
guys,
you again. Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
The number one rule of leadership is to give the people what they want. If you were talking on a panel full of leadership,
Basketball.
they would.
Basketball.
Listen.
Why
can't they have a basketball court if that's what they want?
Brandon. So
Do you know how many people? Do you know how many people
at the basketball court and break it, and then they got to put another one up next week?
Do you know how many people in Marcy projects go to college? Do you know how many people? You can go into Marcy with $1 billion. You could go into Marcy with $1 billion. Look, man, if you guys are going to push your people into crumbs, do that. But I'm not going to let a billionaire with other billionaires off the hook with $25 and here's how you use Bitcoin.
I just don't understand. Like, you guys are trying to make it seem like this is, again, it's a great effort, right? A for effort. Whoopee. You got, because that's what it seems like, Larry. I'm not, and I told you guys earlier, if you get a little bit of crypto, because it will be implemented in the society just like websites were implemented, right? We have Netflix. No one knows what a Blockbuster is. I'm not against that. Yes, do it. But what I am saying is that when you're trying to come saying that, oh, well, I'm teaching this program, it's like Brandon said, man, these scams, we know it's a dime a dozen. All the shit that they're going to teach, I'm an educator. I could do the same thing.
Yes, here's the irony of it. Here's the irony.
Gas them up.
Wait, here's the irony.
Stop the show. So gas them up. Let's do this. Cam up right now so we can see who you are, and then we will back you. Listen, I will back you to teach a Bitcoin course.
I don't want to teach a Bitcoin course. I take my money. Matter of fact, when you in Nigeria, I'm gonna run into you in Nigeria. We're gonna see you in the streets. I'm gonna run into you in Nigeria. We're gonna eat some fish and drink some palm wine. But look, listen. My point is, I don't want to teach. I don't want any of that. I'm not against it. What I am saying is, like Brandon said, we all have common sense here. No, we all listen. We all have common sense here. This guy, it's like Brandon was asking his daughter, oh, what's worse, this or this, right? If this person has a track record of doing grimy shit to his own people, now you telling me, oh, I should just take it with open arms. What am I supposed to do? I'm tired of black people giving these sellout elites excuses. Now, I'm not saying that, you should hate on them, because that's what it seems like. Oh, you hating. I don't hate Jay-Z. I don't care about him. But we keep making excuses for these people.
Gas them up. No, this is the thing. The basketball court ain't good enough. But when the nigga sitting up at the Nets game in the first row, hugging and kissing on Kevin Durant, oh, he's the man. See, when they're doing that shit, when they're doing it, oh, this is the life. This is everything. But when the kids are like, yo, let's give the basketball courts. Oh, that ain't going to help them. What's going to help them is what I think they need. And isn't it funny how what they think our people need always
you got a guide to use.
Isn't it funny? Let me make this point. Isn't it funny how what our people need always somehow coincides with them getting paid by a white person? Isn't that weird? Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey wants to teach a class.
Listen, he need to put Blue Ivy. He need to put Blue Ivy and let her sit down in that course. Then I'll respect it. Take your own medicine.
So from what you
said, take your own medicine.
So from what you've said, the only problem you have isn't actually with the course. The problem you have is with Jay-Z because of his past. That's it, basically. So
Man,
if somebody
Because of
else,
his past, present, and his future.
exactly.
man, you
Wait.
gonna
So
let a
if so,
pedophile
if
in your
somebody,
house?
that's fine, gassed them up. So if somebody else was spearheading this course, you wouldn't have a problem then. It's only because it's Jay-Z.
Man, if
I
the
wouldn't
course
care
doing
about the
something,
course. It's because it's Jay-Z, because we know this guy has a track record. But
if the
let's keep
course,
it like we were saying earlier. Listen, we're in a situation, right? You're teaching me blockchain. Okay, cool. I sit through the course. I get a few $25 worth of crypto in my wallet. 9 out of 10, let's be honest. Anybody with fucking Google could have did that, but whatever, no problem. He does that,
Oh
right?
my
it's on
God.
YouTube.
No,
It's
hold
on
on,
YouTube.
wait, listen,
Oh,
listen.
man.
No, hold on, wait. My thing is, why hasn't like Brandon we were saying, turn Marcy into the Silicon Valley of Brooklyn, right? Look, these kids are not stupid. I'm a teacher in the inner city, right? The problem is that no one gives them the access. Why aren't there programs? He has the funding and the create a program where you can teach these kids. I'll give you an example, Dinus. Hold on, wait. Listen, Dinus, wait, listen. I teach children right now. I teach them Python, right? I'm signed up. I'm teaching them Python. I'm teaching them HTML. This summer, while I'm in Nigeria, I'm going to work
Uh,
more kids. No, my beef is that's what the children need to fully be able to grasp and comprehend blockchain, so they can be, or what the in so-called academia, you can have agency, so you can have the ability to utilize the tool for yourself. And they're not teaching that to our people. No one. We're just telling us
Man,
buy crypto, buy crypto.
listen.
Well,
Did he
If
maybe
say
you
buy
ask
can,
him
crypto, buy crypto? Did he say buy crypto, buy
if
crypto?
you don't give people something that they could use now, you're not helping them. That's all
well,
I'm telling you. $25 in a crypto wallet ain't helping nobody change their position. Teach coding, teach programming, teach
But
plumbing, whatever.
but
Teach them
don't have a
something.
basketball. Don't have a
Blockchain.
basketball hoop,
They
because
don't
that
need
ain't
a
gonna change
basketball.
anything.
Hey,
Okay,
don't
thank you.
think
We
that.
agree on
Don't think.
something.
Listen.
Good.
No, we'll never agree. But what I'm telling you is, don't worry about the basketball court. If you're gonna bring them something, bring them something. Don't throw me bones and call it steak, dude. And that's what's going on. They're throwing these people pennies. If a freaking billionaire gives you a kid $25, that's an insult. That's an insult. And that's exactly like what the Democrats do to our people. They try to throw us crumbs and they get our full support. But when you want us to buy his fucking album, it ain't like, yo, I'm going to give it to you for $1. Oh, if you told Jay-Z, I want to buy your album for $1, he would say, that's what you think I'm worth? $1? I've been around many rich people. I know a lot. Snoop Dogg, all of them. Try to give them little money for anything. They'll say, damn, dog, that's what you think I'm worth? That's disrespect. $25 is disrespect. I wouldn't
I
even
don't
let
think.
my daughter accept that.
In
I want
regards
to add
to
to Brandon's
the
point.
in regards to the stuff about Python, it's going to take a lot longer than 12 weeks to learn Python. And even if you do learn Python, you're still going to need experience to get a job. Nobody's going to give you a
12
job
weeks to learn anything
if
about
nobody's
blockchain.
going to give you a job if you have Python and you don't have any job
You
experience.
could do a
So
you could do a coding boot camp.
basically what you're pushing for is you're pushing for Jay-Z to open up a community college which already exists within
Nobody's
that area.
pushing for Jay-Z to do that. All we're asking, you could do a coding boot camp in California. They doing
You
them
just
out of
said
storage.
institution. He said he's open institutions. So
I
that's a
didn't say he
community
needs to
college
open up an institution. I didn't say
Somebody
that.
said
Ellery
it.
just said that. Ellery just said that.
I did.
Y'all can't even listen right, but trying to
Hey.
tell me.
I'll say this much, and then I'm gonna slide up out of here, let you fellas just take over the rest, unless you're gonna close it out. But I'll say this much: whether Jay-Z is trusted or respected or not, when they make it, they're supposed to go back to their hood and help out and do something positive. Now, exactly what? I guess that's what the argument here is about, and his track record. But I'll say I'm gonna shout out to New York City. Shout out to the Big Apple. It's a lot of great people in the city. I've been there several times, and they zesty. They're great people. I just feel like no disrespect, but if it were me, I would just tear down all that concrete and start them over into a beautiful community, because the people here in New York are worth it. And like they say, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. But remember, we have to work together cohesively, as a group in society, instead of just arguing. Have respect for each other, and and let's find a common goal and start reaching those milestones. So all right, fellas. All right,
Yeah.
Dinus.
see,
I'll be
so
Why
back
don't he
Thank
go
later.
to Q?
you
Why
very
don't he
much.
go to Q Butter School? Why don't he go to Q Butter School and help that out? They need a bigger
Okay,
spot.
hold on.
Oh, wait,
Hold on.
can I add real quick? Oh.
Okay, go ahead, Black Lion. Then we got
Yeah,
back to
just real
K2O
quick. Yeah,
Wing.
just to this point. Like real quick, like if Jay-Z or people who wants to build the course for the kids or anything, fine, do that. Get some knowledge. I agree. But the other issue is the thing is it's a hood. What's their psychology? Their main thing is like from what I see and studying like while I'm in college is survival. They just want how to get food, resources, and money, or how to help their children or their mom, whatever.
All that already subsidized by the government. So that's
okay. So it's not as bad. Okay, let's say they didn't get that government assistance at all. Their main focus is really just survival, nothing more. How to get resources. If we at least build the institutions for like the hospitals, grocery stores, help get them jobs, helping them a better peace of mind first, then they could be more in a relaxed state where they can learn crypto and use some of that extra cash, to learn to invest in crypto or wherever they want to use it in first. But we need to get them out of the state of survival first, so they can have a better mindset and then use it. Because that's one thing I used to judge too. When I actually study African Americans from the hood, I actually talk to them, and they don't care about all they care about is at least like taking care of the baby mama, the baby daddy, the mama, the daddy. All they care about is survival, nothing more. And
so then teaching them Python wouldn't help them then because they want survival.
Yeah, let's finish real quick. Let's finish. So I understand what Brandon is saying. Like, get them out of state of survival. Let them have some peace of mind. Know they can take care of their families naturally. And also that's what you can take to the next step of investing in crypto, banking, or whatever. Because the thing is, it can be loose. Because if you give this to the average African American or average person in the hood or any type of dangerous environment, they won't give a damn. They just care about how am I going to eat? How am I going to make this money? How's it going to help feed my family? This, and this. And the thing, even if it is free, they just care about, like I said, survival, 24/7, constantly. Get them out of that state, like in a better environment. Like if I was JC, build hospitals, build grocery stores, get Tyrone and them and jobs in factories and everything, build them up, like Cloud Anderson put it out, and then we can talk about crypto and everything else. So now a better leeway is like, okay, so I don't have to worry about state of survival. Now I can focus on something else and move on with my life.
Yeah, because
then it will be a lot easier to get people involved in these kind of projects.
He's got a valid point.
Hold on, let me, if I can interject, Black Lion. We're talking about generations and generations of folks in the project.
Yes,
so that sounds great, but I mean,
yeah,
these people are already conditioned, to want a handout.
But Jay-Z came from those projects, and then what did he say? I came from there. I know that these people are better than people like me, you, and Dynas looking from the outside think they are. See, that's the whole hypocrisy of it. Oh, they're not good enough for all that, but all of a sudden they're good enough for blockchain. They're not good enough for nothing else, but they're good enough for what you want to sell. That doesn't make sense.
I was K2O.
They're not good enough for tortillas, but they're good enough for bread because that's what I'm selling. That's the silliest shit I've heard in my life.
So the issues, JG. K2O Queen, go ahead, but you got a bunch of static in the background. K2O Wing, go ahead. Unmute yourself, K2O Wing.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. All right, go ahead, Larry.
Right. So then, Bitcoin Bamboozler, what would you rather have done in that project? So give us an idea. So
anybody who is willing to sign up for that blockchain class, that person should get some type of scholarship or something to go learn coding, learn programming and all that. Because the fact that they even are willing to learn blockchain tells you they have a desire to know more. They do not, if their desire to learn more, them taking a chance, taking a risk, giving up their time, deserves more than a crypto wallet and $25 in a phone. That's nothing. So what I'm telling you, if you're going to give them something, give them something. Don't give them nothing and call it something, because they can go get an Obama phone right now for free. They can go get $25 anywhere. If you're going to fish for men to teach them something valuable. Don't fish for them just to be able to freaking snap your fucking suspenders and say, I taught all these people blockchain, because that's the latest trend. That's what this is about.
Blockchain ain't a
Trend.
trend. Blockchain isn't going nowhere.
Okay, 5
Oh
years
my
ago, where
God.
was you? I'm gonna ask you like a New York nigga. 5 years ago, where was you, Dynast? Blockchain.
I didn't know anything
Blockchain.
about it. I didn't know
Okay.
anything about it.
So when you found out about it, I'm gonna
Right.
jump on that. I'm gonna jump
No,
on that.
I researched it. I studied it. I see who's
You
adopting it.
researched it. You
I
studied
say
it.
who's
So
adopting.
if you
Keyword
stopped
adopting
everything
it.
right now,
Man,
if you stopped everything you're doing right now, you will be able to survive off of pure crypto.
I'm not sharing my.
I know, but what I'm saying is, you are a person who's really into it. So the point,
Right.
the reason we have first world problems, we can go into little things and make it our hobby and make it our passion because we have gotten past the point of fighting to survive. So now we can go immerse ourselves in things, argue for things. I teach jujitsu. I know jujitsu. Dude, am I gonna tell somebody in Marcy, yo, spend $200 a month on jujitsu lessons? No, dude, you need to keep your money and you need to either save it or you need to try to use it for it to live. I would be disingenuous of me to jump up. All you need is jujitsu, because you could go be a jujitsu teacher and you could do a tournament and win $100,000. Y'all saying that? Y'all saying that's exactly what y'all saying.
Where do we say that? Where do we say
Oh my
that?
God.
Brandon, what do we say?
Gas,
All you need is that. What do we say that?
That ain't exactly what they said.
What do we say
Hey,
that?
remember this. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on one second. We got KTO Wing. Go ahead.
Okay.
Right. Good afternoon, everyone. The first thing that I have an issue with is when people say that cryptocurrency is an investment. It is not an investment, it's speculation. It is not real. I heard when Dinos was talking about his home moving from $228,000 to $35,000, but the land, it's a real. So I think
It's a what?
no, I'm saying your home when the
Right.
value moved from $228,000 to $35,000.
Right.
Regardless of that movement in price, that is a real estate. That is a real. That's what matters. With cryptocurrency, it is not real.
Bitcoin is considered an asset. Bitcoin is considered an asset by the U.S. government.
I can consider it whatever. I've spoken to Michael Leachin. I'm from Jamaica, by the way. Spoken to Michael Leachin about it. He's a billionaire. He's one of the only billionaires, U.S. billionaires in Jamaica. He has said, don't waste your time with it. There's money to be made from it, But I wouldn't wholesale sell it as an investment. It is not. The whole cryptocurrency works is simple supply and demand. When there's more demand for it, the price goes up. So Jay-Z introducing this to the Black community, having more people going into it, what will happen is that the price will go up, but eventually it will go down again.
Just like stocks, just like a stock.
But the only thing is that when you buy, but the only thing is when you buy into a stock and you buy into a company that is producing something, whether it is a product or doing a service, it is productive. When you invest into a cryptocurrency, that the only thing is you're just investing into it, hoping that the prices go up. So are
you saying that there's no crypto that don't produce a service or product?
No, I'm not saying that.
It does.
That's what you
I'm saying for the most part. For the most part.
No, there are a lot of trash coins out there, but there are plenty of coins that actually have a product or service behind what they're offering.
Can I read something real quick? It's very short. It's from TechCrunch and it's talking about Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey's launch. It says in El Salvador, 70% of the population is unbanked. Yet after the country became the first to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender last year, residents haven't witnessed the economic progress they hoped for. The International Monetary Fund has even encouraged the country to remove Bitcoin as legal tender, citing the risk of inflation and lack of consumer protection. The Central American community is expected to pay back an $800 million sovereign bond in January 2023, but some analysts think the country might default on its loans. Some vulnerable populations, like immigrants and the unbanked, can be curious about crypto as an alternative to traditional banks, which have high international transaction fees and often require legal documents to access. Though more wealthy investors may be able to safely weather the dips and spikes of cryptocurrency, a market crash will have a more immediate, potentially catastrophic effect for those who are making transactions with their Bitcoin on a regular basis. So what this is saying right here is, when you bring a face like Jay-Z, you bring a face like Jack Dorsey, these are faces that people trust. Many times these poor people's only connection to these people are through using the platforms that they create. They could possibly reason, yo, Jay-Z's been around for a long time, Jack Dorsey's been around for a long time, they're rich, let's get some game from these rich guys. Why wouldn't you trust cryptocurrency? Why wouldn't you trust Bitcoin and everything like that? They could then, based on their trust of these familiar faces, put their whole life savings into cryptocurrency. They can do things because of trust for these people who they don't really know. People do it all the time, Diners, all the time. This is what they do with pastors in church. People will send money to a person preaching the Bible over TV because people develop trust. Listen, people develop trust with people who they see a lot on television. So these people cannot weather potential dips and crashes in the cryptocurrency market, as well as a billionaire or a millionaire.
That's staying for stocks. That's staying for anything.
That's why most poor people don't invest in. Listen, that's why most poor people don't invest in the stock market. And you don't see Jay-Z going into Marcy and saying, you guys should put your money into stocks. You should put your money into bonds. You don't see them doing that. Why? Because there's so much risk involved. And those people are like, well, I know stocks are risky. These people do not really grasp the risk involved with cryptocurrency. And if they lose their money, they're done. And
Brandon, you do realize the government gave them cryptocurrency for free, like gave it to them for free. So what risk are they have?
Diners, when people give you the money for free,
ain't nothing for free.
No, it's not just about that. It's the fact that then people will trust those systems after you educate them. Dude, you in crypto black alone. You in crypto black alone could convince somebody to make a horrible decision for themselves because you guys sound so sure. And that's what it's all about.
What's the horrible decision?
Diners, you took economics, right? You took economics, right, Diners?
Wait a minute, guys. When you say it's not going anywhere, you're telling. Wait, hold on. When you say it's not going anywhere, when you say that to somebody, that gives that thing a degree of permanence. Like it will always be. So that person could take their money once you walk off and go about your business. Well, Diners said it ain't going nowhere, and they could put their life savings into that. And the next day it could crash.
Did I say put their life savings into it?
And that's okay.
Did I say put their life savings into it?
That's on them. See, that's the whole thing.
Did I say put their life savings into it?
Listen, it's the Hippocratic oath, man.
Rule number one: don't invest more than you can lose.
Don't do harm.
Don't invest more than you can lose. Brad, you know that.
No, Hippocratic oath.
Life savings to anything. You would tell them that
they would have never done it. They would have never done it if you wouldn't have walked in and built their trust in something that had the potential to fall through. If you walk into Marcy and say, "Look, guys, Bitcoin is speculation."
Bitcoin ain't falling through.
Listen,
it ain't falling through.
You don't know that. There's no way you can know that.
That's
what they said about freaking 1 million coins.
Well, time will tell.
You don't even know who can. No. We don't even know who controls Bitcoin. There's no regulation. There's no insurance. Hold on, real quick. If I put my money in a bank and the bank fall through, there is the government contract that bank has to where that I will get insurance and get my money.
FDIC.
That's what that. There's something floating that. Bitcoin's not floated by nothing, but somehow Diners is so sure that Bitcoin won't fall through. Didn't they just raid a bunch of Bitcoin online banks a couple years back, which crashed it down to zero and then brought it back up? You can't speak like that about something where you don't even know who's controlling it.
Well, then maybe Bitcoin needs to be insured. So if the bottom falls
Bitcoin,
out,
you can't get insurance for Bitcoin.
There you go.
Insurance.
Problem solved.
Listen, you can get insurance for it, on your you personally can go get insurance on Bitcoin, but Bitcoin outright, the moment you buy it, it's not insured by none. And that's a part of it being decentralized and really untraceable, because they don't want to adhere. Listen, they don't want to be restricted by the confines of actually having a obligation to the people who use that currency. In my opinion, just that alone is a humongous risk that no black person should take, knowing how we are with money.
It's a risk of outside of, okay, so you brought up the FDIC. Banks outside of banks in third world countries, they barely have an FDIC. So it's a risk putting your money in a bank outside of America.
We're not talking about a third world country. We're talking about the Marcy. We're talking about the Marcy projects in the United States of America. Bringing up other countries' banks don't got nothing to do with Marcy project. There's better options. I know what you're about to say. Because those people were dumb. They didn't trust their banks, so they banked on Bitcoin, and they're not getting what they thought. And in America, there's way better options. Why doesn't Jay-Z teach those people about buying government bonds and give them a couple $100 to do that with? Those things are probably the most sure form of investment there is. My grandma used to get government bonds.
I'll say this much, you're right. And then it's in regards to El Salvador, they did it because, they put that in place and implemented it and launched cryptocurrency as a major, exchange of value, service, work to get paid via Bitcoin, because, the banking system and the interest rates and what
but they made a mistake, sister. They did the same thing that they're doing in Brooklyn.
But we don't
know what I'm saying is
we do.
No, listen. What I'm saying is this. Hold on, Brandon. This is what El Salvador did. El Salvador did the same thing Dynas wants those kids in Brooklyn to do. El Salvador sailed technology and said, "Oh, I'm gonna hop on the Bitcoin train and I'm gonna fully adopt it." But if you don't know the mechanics of that system, just because it looks, a nuclear power plant is clean, doesn't mean you can just go into the room and push a button. So what they should have done, they should have made their own freaking crypto. They should have used their own blockchain to make their own El Salvadorian coin or whatever they wanted to do. They didn't do that. Now they are subject to forces that they have no control over. And when you're running a country, you need control. But, go ahead, Dynas. Keep teaching them kids in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and then you can back it with gold. You want to back it with gold. You don't want it just left hanging. And he made
no. You don't necessarily want to back it with gold because gold. Okay, let me put it like this. When people say gold, it's only Europeans that had an extreme fixation with gold as currency. In West Africa, for the most part, everybody used cowrie shells, and they were able to create thriving, large-scale economies without the use of gold. And they had a lot of gold in West Africa.
The reason
in old Zimbabwe. No, wait, hold on. Wait, listen. Gold is a European phenomenon. Silver can be used just the same way. Bronze can be used just the same way. It's Europeans that are gold crazy. They need that. In the Polynesian societies, they had big stones with a circle in the middle. That was their store of value for currency. You can create thriving economies with the idea of credit. And that's why David Graeber's book, Debt, the First 5,000 Years, is very critical from an anthropological perspective. So Dynas was saying earlier, it's free, it's free, it's free. The first thing they teach you in economics class is there's no such thing as free lunch. Whenever the product is free, the user is the commodity.
Well, the reason why I brought up gold is because, like Muammar Gaddafi said, if you're going to, like Muammar Gaddafi, he was hooking up with South Africa at the time. It was Mandela and also the Philippines. And they wanted to form a whole African coin or Bitcoin, but they were going to back it with gold because Muammar Gaddafi knew that they had enough of this tangible value. And with gold, it's tangible. It's not just printed paper and it has no value to back it.
No, but it's not tangible. Gold is not anything. Like, listen, we give gold its value. Gold is worthless. Gold is a piece of crap. It has no value.
It's perceived.
That's
Gold is
gold is
is
valuable. You
perceived.
just can't carry it
Just like
around
Look,
because
Bitcoin.
it's too
gold-
That's the
heavy.
problem with Bitcoin
Gold is
or any crypto.
perceived. Listen, gold is perceived value. As much value as you see in it, that's what it has. Let me read this real quick, guys.
Like diamonds.
Let me read this real quick. This is Yahoo Finance. This is about Jay-Z. There are also concerns that putting cryptocurrencies into the hands of marginalized communities could make them more vulnerable to financial fraud. Last year, scammers stole cryptocurrencies worth in excess of $1 billion from more than 46,000 people per a June 3rd report from the Federal Trade Commission. Tonantzin Carmona, a fellow at Brookings Metro, told TechCrunch, they're saying you're going to have financial freedom, but that also means you're getting access to cryptocurrencies, volatility, and complexity. You're getting access to a space that is rife with scams, fraud, hacks, and all sorts of things because there aren't consumer protections. There aren't consumer protections in place. I don't know. This is like almost on par with the Martin Luther King, I led my people into a burning house situation. Why would you want a group of people who already don't have enough money to enter into a market where there's so many?
If that's the case, Brandon, they shouldn't invest in anything. They just continue to
No,
live off the
because there's
government.
things.
It's a risk with everything.
But Dynas, Bitcoin is not an investment. You guys,
There are things that are
Brandon, look what they try to do. You guys are trying to have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Hold on, Bitcoin is not an investment. None of the look, an investment is an asset that continuously produces money in your pocket, regardless of the value or the price of that asset. That's why real estate, you still collect your rent. That's why your coupons from your government or your municipal bonds still pay you. That's why your stock will still pay you.
That's not true.
Your stock,
you can own real estate and still not collect rent.
Again. But that's not all that. Typically, even in down economies, real estate performs well because you can still collect rent. Your stocks will still pay you dividends if you have a dividend paying stock, right? Now with Bitcoin, they tried to come up with this thing called staking or farming. Well, basically, again, it's the problem with that is.
And then
go ahead.
You can lend your money out to people and
I can lend my coin out to people and get, let's say, 44% interest for the year, which is great, but it's not regulated. And a lot of people, a lot of people put their money thinking that they were going to get, for example, I staked some coins, right, with Coinbase. Every 3 months, you know what Coinbase does? They send me an email and they say, oh, your previous interest, I was at like 15% interest. Now I'm at 6% interest, Brandon. You get what I'm saying? Like every 6 months, they keep dropping the rate of interest because they're like, nah, we're losing money.
The same way the interest at your bank drops or rises up.
I don't put my money in banks. I get dividend paying stocks. Look, I'll give you an example. I take my own medicine. I've made most of my money in the stock market, right? I have a large investment in Nigerian equities. Dangote, the company just released, they're paying a 20 naira dividend per share. If you have money and you're in Nigeria, start investing in that Nigerian stock market. If you take $1 million naira, that's like basically $2,000 US. If you got your tax money come around, you can spare 1,000 US, 3,000 US. Go down to Nigeria, get those dividend paying stocks, and you will be okay. Same thing in Kenya.
Listen,
Well,
I'm on TechCrunch. I'm on Yahoo Finance. I just looked up what's the best investments. The top 12 best investments. Any of these which Jay-Z could teach our people about. Crypto's not even on the list. It's high yield savings account, certificates of deposit, CDs, money market funds, government bonds, corporate bonds, mutual funds, index funds, exchange traded funds, dividend stocks, individual stocks, alternative investments in they do have cryptocurrencies. That's 11th. And
okay.
Okay, so
it's 11 right now.
It's number 11
right now.
Okay, Brandon. It's 11 right now. But why since this guy wants to help the hood and teach them how to invest and all this stuff, why didn't he teach them about any of these other 12 that have been around for decades? Jay-Z's an old man.
He still can.
But hold on, but Brandon, this is the problem. So I guarantee you were probably that guy in 1995 when the internet first came out, Man, why are y'all teaching about the internet? Why
That's
y'all
not
teaching
true.
about
I
the
was a
internet?
kid. I
Yeah,
was
why
a
y'all
kid.
about to teach about the
I
internet?
was a
Oh
kid.
man, the internet. Oh man, that
I
scam
was a
that
kid.
internet.
I was a
He
kid.
just
Oh, this is
making he
dial-up.
just making a
You're
point.
that guy. See, you're that
I was
guy.
a kid. I was a kid.
You're
Let me
that
tell you.
guy. But
Let me
you're
tell you.
still that guy.
No,
You're
I'm
still
not.
that guy,
No,
Brandon.
I'm not.
That's who you are. You're
I'm a
that guy.
practical thinker. I'm a practical
Ryan,
thinker.
practical thinkers that
Listen,
the internet
listen.
wasn't going
I
anywhere.
know that's not true. That's not true.
Oh, come Brandon.
Listen,
When the
it's
internet was
like
first
this.
in
When you have a
1995,
family,
when
when
the
you have a
internet started rolling out,
listen,
practical thinkers thought the
if
internet
you
wasn't
have a
going nowhere.
family, if you have a when you have a family, you are like the leader of a pack of cows, right? You have to tread lightly wherever you go. When
Oh
you're a
my
single
God.
person, you can risk it. You know, I could recover. I could go deliver some pizzas, whatever, to make up that money I lost. So when I look at my people, I look at myself like a leader of my people, right? I can't go bring my people to something, sell them something, and then say, well, that's your fault. I don't have that mindset with black people. Dinus, you have that mindset. Oh, that's not my fault, because you said that when I said, what happens if they do this based on what you saw? Well, that's on them. That's fine. But our people need to know there are people who walk around every day who we trust, who have an attitude like, I will give you some shit, but if it falls through or don't work, that's on you. So that means when you listen to these people, always keep that in the back of your mind. They will bring some shit to you like it's the best thing since sliced bread. But if it turns out not to be, that's on you. Me, I wait a long time. I don't wait a long time, but I wait till I see evidence that establishes a certain level of stability with something. Then I tell my people, yo, you guys should go do that because it's a good idea.
Well, Brandon, you are a cautious investor, but do please know, back in the early hundreds, 1901, 1902, when there was a gold rush, and let's just for gas them up, just keep that in mind. When there was a gold rush, gold was extremely heavy. So the more you had, you can't just take that and exchange it because it's extremely heavy. That's why America switched to the dollar and to the coins, because it's a lighter way. You take your gold to the bank reserve and you change it for dollars. But do know this, and I'm gonna get on off of here. Dynas is making some moves, and anybody else who is investing in the new frontier. Now, like any investment, you got your risks, you got your winners and your losers. But keep in mind, you want to be on top, like the DuPonts, like the Heinz, like all that old money. They've been in the game since the beginning, okay? And anybody coming trying to fish for them apples out the barrel, and the barrel got just a few apples floating, you out. All right, you ain't on the top. You wasn't when it was abundant, piled up, free for all. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, when it comes to investment, yes, there will be some risk, okay? And yes, there's going to be winners and some big winners, depending on who's at the beginning of that frontier gold rush, all right? Or the diamonds. So please keep that in mind. All right, fellas.
But sister, that's not investing, sister. You're not investing, Dinus. Hold on, let me say this last point, Dinus, please. Dinus, wait, I've been quiet.
No, so it makes sense now. Y'all don't like Jay-Z.
No, come on, Dinus, don't do that.
Let me finish. And then in 1995, when the internet was out, gassed them up and Brandon were like, oh, the internet. Oh, no. Hell no, the internet. So I get it now.
Don't do me like that, Dinus.
Hold on. There was no risk with using the internet. There was no financial risk with using the internet.
Hold on. Did people get scammed?
AOL, wait, listen.
Did people get scammed on the internet?
We're not talking about scams. You didn't say scams on the internet. You didn't say
people
scams
get
on
scammed
the internet.
Emails every day.
Listen.
But that's
We
your
didn't
argument.
say-
You're saying
No,
that
it's
crypto
not.
is scam.
No, you're
People got
conflating
scammed in their emails.
No.
Brandon, here's what Dinus is forgetting.
Wait, Cass, hold on. Let me say this. We're talking about the internet. There was no risk. As a matter of fact, AOL used to give out months and months and months of free internet to build people's trust in the internet. Cryptocurrency, don't do that. Also, here's the difference between the stock market crash when you guys keep comparing it to the stock market. When the stock market crashed, the government took it on itself to help alleviate the results of the stock market crash, whether it's soup lines, Social Security, GR programs that were put into place to help people deal with the results. When Bitcoin crashed, everybody just throws their freaking hands up and say, hey, that's on them. Everybody, trust Bitcoin, trust Bitcoin. What happened to all those people invested in
Brandon, what are you
Bitcoin?
talking
Wait, hold
about?
on.
When the stock market crashed, people still lost out. When
But
real estate crashed, people still went into foreclosure. I mean, what are you talking
Hold
about?
on, Dynast. Can I wait, Brandon? Let me prove him. Let me show him something. Hold on, Brandon. Let me show him something.
Listen, I live in Atlanta. Atlanta was the number
Okay.
one, was the capital for foreclosures. When 2000
The
hit,
mistake,
and the folks foreclosed, the government was like, "Hey, let me bail y'all out." You know,
Dynast. You know what? Hold on, Brandon. Wait. Let me prove him. Let me show him something.
Hold on.
I just want to show him this real quick, Brandon. The
Wait,
mistake Dynast keeps making is this. Hold on, Brandon. This is a mistake he keep making. You guys keep using the wrong word. What you're doing is speculating. You're not investing. You're a speculator. And I'm not against it. Some people have gotten very wealthy. Hold on. Wait. Let me finish. Let me finish, Dynast. Let me finish.
No, gas them up.
Nah, come on. Don't do me like that. I'll let
Hold on.
Come on, man.
Gas them up. I buy a property in freaking Baltimore, Maryland, in the hood, because I'm hoping that one day it goes up in value.
Then you're not an investor. Wait, let me finish, Dynast. Hold on. Wait. Let me give you the distinction. When you are an investor, wait. Let me finish. Can I finish, please? When yes, there's a health. Wait, there is a health. Hold on. There's a healthy. There is a healthy amount of risk in any investment, right? However, you can reduce your risk based on the analysis that you put in the investment. That's why you hear people like Benjamin Graham give you how to analyze the security. But let me prove something to you guys. The best investors, right? Other than like the Warren Buffetts and stuff like that, are life insurance companies. And part of the reason why they have to invest so heavily is they have to have a certain amount of money in capital to secure and cover the policies that are taken out. If you really want to invest and watch how you look at where the life insurance companies are investing. And for right now, most life insurance companies aren't even going near crypto. And they're the most safest places that, in terms of copying an investor, they're the ones who invest the best. So until the life insurance companies start investing in crypto in mass, just treat it like a speculation. That's all I'm saying. Be cautious. I didn't say not to get it.
We make a lot of.
So what's that got to do with Jay-Z teaching the blockchain?
Dynast, this is what it has to do. This is what it has to do with blockchain. You keep making a lot of false equivalencies. When you talk about Atlanta and the housing market, that was caused by predatory lending. A bunch of people really couldn't afford to buy a house, being given loans to buy homes, and then they couldn't pay. They couldn't pay. Wait a minute. They couldn't pay. Okay, they couldn't pay, so then they defaulted, and that caused a lot of banks to be overloaded with homes that they couldn't sell, and the market collapsed. That's not
necessarily. Negroes was out here running wild, doing fraud and everything.
Right.
So
whatever they was doing. But when the stock market when the real estate market crashed,
and hold on, bro, I gotta interject. And then also in Atlanta, when the county, the city, the state rose taxes, you got a lot of people lose their houses that way too.
Right. But the thing is, when these markets crash, people tend to be able to recover from these things. Said crash, you still could live in your house for a long while before they come throw you out and stuff. When crypto crashes, it's immediate. Your money is just gone. There's nobody you could call. I worked at doing loan modifications for a long time. Hold on, Dynast. People called me because I used to do loan modifications. We saved a lot of people's homes that the bank was trying to foreclose on their home when the bank had not truly utilized all the government programs that were put in place to protect people from losing their homes. The banks wanted to take the house so they could sell it back to another person and get your money and that person's money. But the government put so many programs in place, it was almost impossible for you to lose your home because we would get you a lower fixed interest rate. You wouldn't have to pay a mortgage for up to 6 months. And when you paid it, it would be like half of what it was before. The government intervened. The banks chose to manipulate people. So when people would call the banks and say, I need help, the banks would be like, well, we will help you. We'll see what we can do. And then all of a sudden, while you waiting on them to get back to you, they didn't foreclose on your house and stuff. That's why loan modifications companies were set up. I work for a company called Sanctuary Capital. There is a certain amount of level of protection with any investment that you make that is regulated by the government. That's why people invest in things that are regulated by the government. With crypto, there is no protection. Dynast, me and you, we are grown men. We make good money. We have first world problems. So we have insulation that can protect us from taking risk that may or may not pan out. It helps us and it guards us in high risk situations. Our people majority don't have that. So when you tell our people, oh, this and it ain't going nowhere and stuff, what you're doing is you're not giving them the full breadth of the risk involved. You're making them seem like it's a shoe-in. It's like you can't do that. You have to be honest. Hey, listen, there's a lot of risk involved. And are you in a position financially where you're prepared to lose a significant amount of money if this falls through? We don't do that.
Brandon, that's a segue into diversification. When you diversify, you don't put all your eggs in one basket.
You think crypto black is diversified? So the nigga that named himself after crypto.
The course itself is basically free knowledge on what money is, blockchain, and how not to get scammed. It's free money. Sorry, it's a free course. You're not paying anything.
Free money.
Twice a week.
Free money.
You had a long time to speak and no one interrupted you. It's twice a week. It's online. It's free knowledge. You get that knowledge for free. Now, what happens in the future with what you and Brandon have said is interesting, but it's pure speculation, wild speculation. You don't know what the future holds. You have no idea what's going to happen. You don't know whether Jay-Z is working with Satan and they're trying to defraud the whole projects into some kind of bankruptcy. You have no idea. This speculation is interesting to listen to, but it's not based on facts. So let's look. I understand part of the stuff you said. You want tangible stuff like Python courses. Whether the people at that project would have the time and patience to sit down to do Python, who knows? But this is a free course.
But they have time and patience to sit down for a blockchain.
Don't interrupt them, gas them up. Don't interrupt them. Go ahead. So Larry, can you do me a favor? Can you start from the beginning, please, and repeat what you said? Because you make the most sense out of everybody on here. So go ahead, Larry, and please don't nobody interrupt. Go ahead, Larry.
Basically, in a nutshell, it's free knowledge about something which is taking place in America. They sit down at home twice a week. They connect. Everything's provided for them, and it's just knowledge. What will happen in the future with what you and Gas Them Up have said? That is interesting, but it's just wild speculation. You have no idea what will happen. We don't know whether these kids, and some of them will be kids, will go on to become very talented within the financial world. We don't know if they're going to start using their life savings or start making people from the projects use their life savings. This is just wild speculation. It's knowledge. Don't turn your back on free knowledge. Use it. They're also going to teach them how not to get scammed. If you truly believe that this whole thing is to really defraud the Marcy projects, I don't have a problem with that, but provide some tangible evidence. All this stuff is just speculation. That's all I'm saying.
Very well said.
Thank you. All right, on that note, y'all, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you, Larry, for your wisdom. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family, Dynast, Peace.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks very much, Dynast. Take care, everybody.